Yeah, I think we are right on time.
Absolutely.
I think pretty much.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Or good morning for some of us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's morning where you are, huh?
I guess, technically.
Technically, it's 9 p.m. here on April 6th.
April 6th, my God. Year is already a quarter over. Or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes by so quick these days.
Oh, you mean these years?
These years, yeah.
Yeah. Man, yeah, it's unbelievable. Hey, Gussie.
Who's around tonight? We got Charlie S., Gussie, John Parson, Jason Wade, Scott Nickerson, Todd, a.k.a. Sodapop, RJ, the Mad One, and looks like that's about it for now.
Mm-hmm. Will Dunham.
That's what happens when you start on time.
I see. Bobby. Yeah, I know. I just finished dinner. I just ate. Hopefully you can't see it.
No,
it's not here.
I can smell it. I can't see it. I can smell it though.
Oh man.
Was it something fishy?
Yeah, and that's you don't want to be smelling this breath.
No.
Hey, Daniel. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Welcome everybody. We're calling this Straturday Night Live.
Not to be confused with the other Saturday evening show that millions enjoy.
And they
as it may have been in the past.
Well, I haven't enjoyed it in decades. So
no, that's true. I guess it's kind of one of those things that when you're late teens and 20s, it's really the best of the. I mean, that's when I would kind of think it was the best, when it was Phil Hartman and Dana Carvey and those guys. Whatever do you think was?
Oh well, I wasn't in my teens or 20s then.
I was in my 20s. Dana Carvey in the late 80s. Well, not the late 80s.
Wait, you were in your
20s? No. That was the 90s, 94. That would have been.
Are you 85 that's when years old?
So I guess it was my teens. When I was in my teens, I probably in high school. It was always like everyone was talking about what was on SNL the night before or the weekend before.
Mm-hmm.
When it was the Church Lady, or it was Hans and Franz and those guys.
Yeah,
Wayne's World.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Yeah.
SNL hasn't been great since the mid '90s. James Gum says. I agree.
Well, there's been some. Whenever Will Ferrell on, and wasn't he on into the 2000s, like early 2000s? Anything he was in was excellent.
Probably very early, because he was on in the late 90s.
Yeah. So in that era, there was a few highlights. Wasn't that the era of the cowbell, more cowbell? That was like early 2000 or something.
Was it?
I don't know. Someone looked that up.
Yeah. When was the more cowbell? I want to say that was the late 90s.
May have been. Yeah. It was Behind the Music. It was a parody of that. So I guess that was around the time Behind the Music was big.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere in there, I guess.
Yeah.
Jason Wade. Hey, man. Sodapop is in here. Wake Up the Nesdall.
Yeah.
I don't want to get yelled at again.
We don't want to see him in bed again.
April 8th, 2000.
Oh, that's when the cowbell. Okay.
Is the more cowbell?
Sounds about right.
So that'll be anniversary on Monday.
We'll have to celebrate that one.
It'll be 19 years.
Man. Yeah, that's probably one of the only highlights after 2000.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Was that a text message? I'm gonna have to grab my phone real quick.
Go for it.
Might be getting messages and stuff.
Shout out R2, R3. Yeah, Christopher Walken, anytime he was on the characters, I mean, that guy can play any creepy guy or strange guy. His character in the cowbell sketch was actually Bruce Dickinson, but not the Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden. Producer Bruce Dickinson.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Somebody sent me something. Not sure.
I don't know. Rosanna Dana. The early days of SNL.
Yeah, that was the mid to late 70s.
Yeah.
I think Saturday Night Live. Oh, can I say that on here? I think that started in
75, right?
75, yeah.
George Carlin was the host of the first show. It was Belushi. It was Belushi, Gilda Radner, I think Jane Curtin, Chevy Chase. Who else? Come on, Johnny. Those were like the most famous of the original group.
Mm-hmm. Who did you say?
Gilda Radner, John
Belushi, Dan Aykroyd.
Yes, he was on the original.
Garrett Morris, maybe.
Garrett Morris, Chevy Chase,
Jane Curtin.
Yeah. And that lasted for about
I think Bill Murray was a little later.
Yeah, he replaced Chevy Chase, I think.
Just very slightly, yeah.
Like after I think Chevy Chase did 1 or 2 years. And then that was the big deal. He left and pursued his movie career and National Lampoons and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember he would play Gerald Ford.
Yeah,
I remember
decorating the Christmas tree and always falling down.
Falling down.
I guess that was like something that Ford always like. I don't know if it was something that he always did. He always fell on camera or something, or he fell once or twice, and that was he just kept repeating it. But that was like the repeating gag. Like every time he was Ford, he would fall or he would, break something.
Oh man, what are we doing watching this? I want to watch that now.
I know, right? Or who was it? The Dan Aykroyd is the Julia Child. He cuts himself and he's bleeding all over the place.
I remember that.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that original from 1975 to 80.
Yeah, and then
or 79.
I think Lorne Michaels left after 80 or something like that for a few years.
Yeah, when he left, that's when the show became what people consider like the really, really dark.
Some of the worst, yeah.
The dark period of that from the early 80s, 81.
Who were some of the wasn't Joe Piscopo in that one? And
he may have been. Or he might have been
Tim Kazurinsky.
A little later than that.
And Eddie Murphy was like in the 82, I think. Was it maybe 81 was his first year?
He was within that period.
Mm-hmm.
But then he became huge.
Another one. He had his short stay and then made it big.
He became huge. I mean, he was doing his Gumby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Gumby, damn it, or whatever. And then Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. Was it?
Yep. James Brown and Ebony and Ivory. He played Stevie Wonder.
Right. And then he was on Beverly Hills Cop, and then everything just took off.
Yeah. could tell we grew up with at Comedy Central, and you know, that was in the 90s. Isn't that, you know, they played like every episode just over and over. Some of those early, you know, some of the crappy episodes in the early 80 episodes that they
oh man, I
would
was
play over and over.
I was having a great time probably 5-6 years ago. Was it Amazon? I don't think it was Netflix. It might have been Amazon or one of those services.
Yeah.
You know, which I have. I don't have regular TV at all.
Right.
I just have Amazon Prime and Netflix. I was able to watch all those SNL episodes. Like they had them all, but they were cut down to like 45 minutes or something. So they took certain things were gone. Like let's say that the Valerie Bertinelli episode in '87 with Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
The dinner with the Van Halen's sketch was cut out. That was cut out. Eddie playing with G.E. Smith, I think that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, going back to the early '80s episodes, I remember binge watching all these episodes for a very short time period.
I remember in the 90s when Comedy Central got them, and I think even VH1 had them for a while, and I think they kind of passed the license from, it was like E! Entertainment had it for a while, VH1 had them for a while, Comedy Central had it for a while, but they would play. I mean, they really played like every episode over the course of probably 10 years. You know, that's where I binge watched it back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember the episode? I want to say it was during that period where the show was really bad. 80 to 82 somewhere.
Wait, let me guess. When there was the riot on stage?
Well, when the dude, when one of the cast members swore.
Oh, I don't know about that
when he dropped like the F-bomb or something, and it was a huge deal. It was at the very end, at the very, very end of the show, where everybody's on stage saying goodbye and stuff.
Do you remember who it was?
What was his name, man? What was his name? He was in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh man,
I remember. He actually ended up committing suicide.
Was it
years later?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Somebody will get it in here, but
yeah.
You can probably see the scene on. It's probably on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember I think it was the band Fear, or it was the punk band Fear. They were the musical guest, and they had I guess they had a whole bunch of fans in the audience, and then during their set, all their fans came on stage and started just, you know, moshing and like smashing into each other and smashing. And they had to cut the show short. People were swearing into the mic and everything. People were saying everything. So that one you can find. It's on YouTube, but there's a low quality because I don't think they ever aired the. I think they cut most of it off the air.
Mm-hmm. So it's probably taken from somebody's beta.
Exactly.
Beta Max or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that was really before VHS, a lot of that.
Oh yeah, early 80s. Beta was still, I mean, they were still fighting it out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. Yeah, I remember watching some of those, like I was saying, the 80 to 81, 82, 83, during those years.
I mean, I think they always kind of managed to have a pretty good musical guest. And I remember David Bowie was on some of those mid 80s ones. What else did they do? Spinal Tap. You remember that one? They played Big Bottom, I think.
Yeah,
they played a couple different, and they were cast members too.
That's another thing. They were all cast members. Harry Shearer and Christopher Guest and Michael McKean. Were they all on at the exact same time?
I think Harry Shearer and Christopher Guest were. I don't know if Michael McKean was on. Maybe for a couple different times. Maybe
he wasn't a cast member because he was on Laverne and Shirley.
At that time, yeah.
Michael McKean.
Yeah. Lenny and Squiggy.
I found a picture of the back of his head that I took.
Michael McKean?
Yeah. Yeah, can I find it? Oh, it's in the loft. I was up in the loft earlier today. I brought this ladder out of the garage, and
Why'd
I
you
was
take
up.
a picture of the back of his head?
Well, because I went to take a picture of him, but he walked by too fast.
Oh yeah,
And so it was him walking out of Letterman, out of the Ed Sullivan Theater when I was standing outside there.
mm-hmm.
And this was back in the day when you could just stand right there next to the door and people walk out. Like
Right.
I've got a picture of like Robin Williams of his face, like right here,
Uh-huh.
that I took. You know, I'll have to show those.
Yeah, find that.
I'll have to scan those. Scan. What am I saying? Take a picture.
Well, all the stuff that those. I mean, from what was it? Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show. All those that whole troop of Spinal Tap. The Spinal Tap. Oh
man, A Mighty Wind.
Mighty Wind. Yep, there you go.
That's the best one. A Mighty Wind.
Prairie Home Companion
is the best one out of those. Or Best in Show, that was good.
I think Best in Show. What was the? Yeah, that's the one that was the first one that was kind of like just really strange, and is this real or is this it's just so out there.
Yeah,
the people who raise those dogs and stuff. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I saw in Oakland, A Mighty Wind, or what were they called? They were called Unwigged. Mm-hmm. Was their name, and it was basically Spinal Tap just without the costumes, and they all played acoustically.
The Mighty Wind was the one that was about the folk band,
yeah.
The folk band,
yeah. So Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer, they toured mm-hmm. under the name Unwigged, and actually I won off Twitter or something. I won like a live DVD of them signed by Harry Shearer.
Oh, cool.
So I've got that somewhere.
And of course, their contributions to the Simpsons as well.
Yeah.
I found a couple of my Simpsons books. I couldn't find the original. I only found like the later years.
Let me see the cover real quick.
Simpsons Forever. So it was
the book. Yeah, the book he's looking at. Do you have that one?
That's the one that I can't find. Of course,
I have that one.
Later seasons. Oh, cool.
I have it.
We'll have to look through those.
I've had it. Yeah. I had it years ago. That book. I got it for like a birthday or something.
But this goes up. This is like season 9, 10, 11, and 12. But of course, the best seasons were before that, in my opinion, anyway.
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
The Simpsons. The best seasons were
like 6, 7, and 8.
Oh man, when did that show technically started in 87, but it really started.
First full episode was 89, the Christmas episode.
89, 90, 91. I would say the best seasons for The Simpsons. I remember watching all these when they were brand new.
Yep,
was 90. I'd say 92 to 90. 92, 93, 94, 95, 96.
Yeah, exactly.
Were probably the best seasons of that.
It's like season 3, 4, 5, and 6, something like that. Yeah, those were the classics. I mean,
I used to tape all those shows like every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday I would tape them. So I had VHS tapes just full of The Simpsons, all original airings. You know.
I'll spare you, but when I found those books, I found a bunch of video cassettes too, with all the Simpsons episodes like that, and I have the DVDs, all the original DVDs that from those seasons. Mostly, I've gotten rid of the other ones, but
are the DVDs good? Because I've never bought any of the DVDs.
They're what do you mean? Are they good? They're the full episodes. Full show? Oh yeah, with commentary and everything. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're great to go, and I will say that nowadays they have they're always playing on FX, and so those ones are the HD ones and the new transfers and everything like that from the original film. So those are really, I'm always taping those off on DVR,
mm-hmm.
But I think just about every episode's available any on demand anytime you want.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, we don't have regular television, so
yeah,
when they're on Netflix or any of that, it can take it seems like it can take like a year to get like a new episode up or something.
Yeah, they must play some of only the recent episodes, right?
Like,
but they have If I think it's FX Now or something like that is the network. If I don't know if you can get a subscription just to that on your computer, but that has every Simpsons ever, and that's like their big claim when they first got every episode ever. They played the whole archive from the beginning to end, and it was like took all summer, like just episode all whatever 500-600 episodes or something like that, and it took literally like it took a month and a half to play all the episodes back to back. So they did that, and then they think the year after they did it again the summer, and then now they're just playing them like just about every night. You can play like 10 episodes they do. So and you can get them on demand too, so you can literally get every episode on demand.
Yeah. I can't tell you the last time I saw a new episode though.
No, I haven't watched any of the new episodes.
It's
I think since
at least a year, probably a couple of years since I've watched
since the movie came out. I don't think that, which was 10 years ago. I don't think I've really watched it regularly at all, but I did like the movie, when that came out. That was the last new material that I could really say that I liked, from The Simpsons. But
the movie was okay. Yeah, I saw the movie, but I saw it like on Netflix or something.
Yeah,
I guess that would have been cool to have seen in the theater, but I didn't.
Yeah, I think I saw it probably at least twice in the theater.
I saw the Beavis and Butthead movie in the theater. I remember that.
Beavis and Butthead Do America.
I went at like 11 in the morning, like the first showing. I remember going to that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was one of the first, I guess back in the day you had like heavy metal and like American pop, those movies, the cartoon movies, like that were like really like, musically oriented.
I've never seen American pop, but heavy metal, I saw that when that was re-released to the theaters in like 96 or 97 somewhere.
Cool. Yeah.
Or maybe 2000. Somewhere in the late 90s, early 2000s that was released. And that movie's a trip to see on the big screen, man. It was
insane. I can't imagine. Yeah. It was so what was it like? I know Sammy had a couple songs on that.
Yeah. Well, heavy metal.
The main title song.
Heavy metal. Yeah. Maybe there's another one. I don't know. No soup for me, Todd? Yeah.
What's everybody talking about?
I got bread.
No soup for you.
He gave me bread.
We could do Seinfeld. Yeah, that's another one. Man.
Oh man, Seinfeld?
Those are the reruns that I'll watch, every day. You can find a Seinfeld rerun or a Simpsons rerun on TV.
Yeah. Oh, I know every Seinfeld. I know every Simpsons up until
we have to do a trivia night someday, with the Simpsons.
Probably. Yeah. Well, the chat. We got 40 people watching. Give us some Simpsons ask us some questions.
And Star Wars too. I think we got that in common too.
Star Wars? All right. In the chat.
What I grew up on. Star Wars, Simpsons, or
Seinfeld. Ask us questions. What do you guys?
The 3 S's. Yeah, Michael Collins is a Seinfeld guy. So where's the captain? Captain might be in later.
Oh, yeah, he's on his way. He's on his way in.
The deaf.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Remember that? That was the one where it was the Saturday Night Live.
I was gonna say, is that SNL? Yeah.
I forget who was doing the news. It might have been Chevy Chase, but it was Garrett Morris screaming. He had a little box.
That's right. Yeah.
And he would repeat the news, but he was screaming it. Yeah.
Family Guy did a parody of that.
Yeah.
Garrett Morris. Yeah. News for the hard of hearing.
There were some great movies as well well, not just I'm sure you guys all know like Coneheads and I guess the
Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was my favorite, man.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Blues Brothers poster on my wall. I had the soundtrack. No, but there's some other movies that are pretty good. That star a lot of those. There was Neighbors.
That was John Belushi, right? Neighbors.
It was Belushi and Aykroyd.
Right.
I think. And then there was the Chevy Chase one that's really bizarre, where he's like he, he gets this like, what do you call it? Like he's driving and this like plutonium or something spills onto his car, and he goes
this
crazy.
Was like before Vacation and before his
yeah, it was before that. It was before that. The Tubes did the main song, which is pretty cool. What was that movie called? That was just kind of a weird one. There's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then there's the stuff everybody knows though, like Tommy Boy and all that stuff later.
Right. The Wayne's World and all that. Yeah.
There we go. RJ, yeah, Modern Problems.
Okay. Which was the Charlie Chaplin, wasn't it?
That's Modern Times.
Modern Times. Modern.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's
was
another
Modern
one.
Problems a remake of an older movie?
No. But that's a Chevy Chase movie. That's really just weird.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Fletch and any of that. You were talking about on Netflix. I found the what's his name, Bill Murray. Have you seen the Bill Murray documentary? Like it's called like Finding or Searching for Murray or something like that.
No.
This film, it's just this guy who, well, the legend. I don't know if I should get into the whole entire like legend of Bill Murray. I'm sure somebody in the chat has seen it. It was recently on Netflix, and supposedly the legend of Bill Murray is, number one, he doesn't have an agent. He has an 800 number. That's how you get in touch with Bill Murray. Anybody can leave a number. The number's out there, and if this is from as well, like directors have to call this number to get in touch with him. That's all he's got. Mm-hmm. This documentary follows a guy who's trying to meet Bill Murray, and this is in the last couple of years. It's on Netflix. I think it was 2018 or 17 they filmed it. But okay, so that's the setup. Like that's the only way you can find Bill Murray is to call the 800 number. So then he goes through all these stories of people who have randomly run into or met Bill Murray. One of the stories is they're at a frat party at like Georgetown or something like that, and some guy's taking a piss. Somebody comes behind him, does the blindfold over him, and it's Bill Murray, and he doesn't say anything. He's just like I don't know, and it's just a random thing. And then later in the night, Bill Murray's there doing the dishes. Mm-hmm. So they've got video of all this stuff, just like a random. So then there's like, just these random meetings, like when we'll see Bill Murray. I can't even think of any of the other ones, but they're just all these random different times.
I know one. This might be in that movie, actually. Mm-hmm. I remember hearing on the news that Bill Murray, I think it was him. He was in San Francisco, and he ended up hailing a cab. And he ended up driving the cab.
Yeah, exactly. That's the story. Those are the story. Or there was a band playing just a house party. These two it's kind of like an Indigo Girls type of band. And Bill Murray just sat in on tambourine. And it was a house party. It was like 25 people at the house, and he just like randomly he'll have these like connections. Like this guy found like what the connections were and how he came to do this, but they're still random. Like Bill saw the girls at the airport and said, come on, or the girls said, come on over to our party. And he actually came, and so like, another one, like he was doing dishes at another person's party. And like, it just all this just random stuff. So this guy is trying to find his own, random like encounter with Bill Murray. You got to find it. It's on Netflix. I'll look into it, see what the name is, but it was just
put it in the Discord.
It's hilarious, and just and the whole just legend of Bill Murray, and the fact that even Wes Anderson, who uses him in a lot of his films, has to call the 800 number, and he has to wait until Bill actually sorts through it and finds his message. He's just like that unique. Anyway, that was just one of those Netflix finds. When you come across something really, really good that you didn't know, until you were browsing Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll look it up.
Showman, you don't like the Discord, man?
There's a few people who can't get into it.
Discord's awesome, man. That's how I get a hold of Jean BL. There's no 800 number. There's just the Discord.
That's right.
Right? That's
right.
That's where I message you.
It's the easiest way to do it. So it's called Bill Murray Stories. The Bill Murray Stories.
Man, who is that?
Hola.
Hola.
Hola. Hola.
Hello.
I got your text, and we can figure something out. I mean, it's
but that other thing. Yeah. Okay.
Michael.
Just whatever. I don't care.
We should like have a bingo game or something. We'll talk about it later on.
Yeah.
Hello,
Showman, you got banned from the Discord?
What? Who kicked them out?
I don't.
Was he in I mean, people use that for video games and stuff, don't they? For video game chatting and.
Yeah. That's what that's mainly. Clayton James Hicks. Today is Strat Day. That's right, man.
Straturday.
It's Straturday night.
That's right. Hello, everybody. Saying hello to me in the chat.
Hello, Michael. Yeah. Hello, Michael.
Hello, John. Hello, Johnny.
Hello. Let me get my belly button out.
Hello there.
The tech guy. Hey, thank you. He says Eddie Van Halen's Rasta guitar was on Norman's Rare Guitars, and that's how he found the channel here.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool. With Dweezil showing it off.
Yeah. Who else is? Somebody else is here. Look at that.
Holy cow!
Hey, one for Be to Hey.
Hello, Jay.
Hello, Jay.
La la la. Gentlemen,
we've been talking cartoons the past 40 minutes.
I've been listening.
Oh, that's way too bright.
That's why it took me so long to jump in. No, I'm joking. My luck continues with getting broken shit.
Oh boy, here we go. What you get now?
Well, a few days ago, I was going to reamp guitars, and I fire up my handy dandy DI box,
Little Labs.
That is like, this thing is top of the line crap right here, right? So I fire it up. Next thing you know, Pro Tools is humming like a son of a bitch. So I'm like, maybe I have an input that's screwed up, something. So
how old is that?
This is well, they still make it, but I bought this in 2009, I believe.
Yeah.
But this does everything. You can actually fire up 3 amps with this thing. Like play one guitar, reamp one guitar, and power 3 amps with it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But I never do that. It's just I use it as a DI box and a reamp box, so I don't use all the stuff that it can do. So anyway,
for people that don't know though, what is reamp? What does that mean?
Reamping is well, you take a direct injection, I guess it's called. So basically, like you record guitars through this thing into your interface or your DAW, and then you can send that out into this again into an amplifier and mic the amp. So basically, you don't have to commit. If you're recording something, you want to get different tones later on, or send it to a different amp. Like, this part right here, instead of like recording an amp as soon as you play it.
Yeah.
If there's a part that you want a different tone on, you can be like, you know what? I want a different amp on this part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you do that. Signal through a different amp then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very cool, but whatever. So I plugged it in. It's gonna reamp some stuff, and like I said, there was some bad hum coming out. So I didn't know if it was the plugin I was using at the time that was engaged. So I went through and changed all the cables out. Same thing. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I plugged in a different thing into the same input. No problems, no hum. So I don't know if it's the power supply, because it's a dedicated power supply. Of course it is.
Of course, yeah. So you have to buy it.
basically it's dead in the water. So I had to order. I wasn't going to order the same one because this is around $1,100, and yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I bought something they came out with, the same company. It's called the Red Eye 3D, I believe. And this is basically just a DI and reamp box. That's it. It's not a distribution box and all this other stuff. It can't, can't run 3 amps from it and stuff like that. So it's more streamlined, but supposedly it's better if you're just using it to DI and reamp. So I took it out.
Can
of the
you
box
show it again? What's the panel look like? Let it focus.
I know.
There you go. Yeah. So you got a ground instrument.
So the other one was 2009, you said. Which one? Would this be like 19? New?
What?
Would this be a 2019 then? Because the other one was older, right?
Yeah, but they still make that one because it's
okay.
awesome. It really is. But yeah, this is like the stripped down version. It just has the DI and reamp. Doesn't take a power supply unless if you're going to use, if like you're doing active pickups, then it needs phantom power. So you'd have to like run it through your like a mic pre or something, put phantom power on.
Yeah.
But so I took it out of the box and I'm pumped up. I'm like, I'm going to bring this sucker upstairs and see what it can do. Well, I don't know if you could hear this.
Yeah, I heard it.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
Before it was not
there.
It's not doing it as it was. It must be stuck on something, but there's definitely a piece of plastic. Son of a, it's not gonna do it.
I heard it, Jay.
Itself.
I thought I heard it click.
It's stuck on something. I hear it.
Oh wait, do that again.
There it is.
There it is.
Fall out?
Yeah,
it's
maybe
like
it did.
in an acoustic.
You fixed it.
Yeah, so sometimes there's like there'll be something inside that kind of rattles a little bit. That's not the case with this. Like I was doing this and I heard it like like the Plinko game from
like the cow,
like a rain stick.
The Plinko game.
Yeah. Going
from Wheel of Fortune. Or no, not Wheel. Was it Wheel of Fortune?
Plinko.
Bob Barker.
No, oh my God.
You dropped the ball like in the old lotto things. It bounces.
What the heck was the show?
Yeah, come on, somebody, Bob Barker here.
Oh my God. Price is Right.
Oh,
Price is Right. Yes.
Man.
That's what and I heard the piece of plastic falling down back and forth, and I'm like, everything I buy music related lately for the past couple of years. You know what, Johnny? Ever since I've been on your show,
oh boy,
everything I buy is busted.
Curse.
So I'm still gonna hook it up and see if it works, but I'm gonna call him Monday, and there's not gonna be an issue.
No.
But
it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
get my goons. It's not gonna be an issue because I'm gonna get my goons on it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be an issue because if they have a problem with it, I'm just gonna return it anyway.
Exactly.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Great.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been having a great time talking about
cartoons,
Simpsons,
Seinfeld, the 3 S's, or actually the 4 S's: SNL, Seinfeld, Simpsons, Star Wars. What else? Give me a fourth, a
you were
fifth.
talking about Bill Murray earlier, weren't you?
Well, yeah, the Bill Murray movie. Did you happen to see that, Jay? What the heck was it called?
I didn't see. He said it was on Netflix.
Bill Murray stories, life lessons learned from a mythical man. Yeah, check it out.
I'll have to check it out. So $1,100 in the trash. Showman, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the company and see what they say. And obviously, it's not under warranty. It's a 3-year warranty, which is actually pretty decent if you think about it. But
3 years is good.
Yeah, it's 10 years old. But I mean, if it maybe I'll just tell them, hey, can you send me a power supply? And if it is the power supply,
you'll pay for it.
Yeah, I'll pay for it, and then I'll sell the damn thing or something.
Exactly.
Even if I can get $500 for it, I mean, it's still,
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Jay, did you see? I saw that you saw that video that I posted last night with the guy mixing.
Oh, dude,
Pyromania.
If I was telling my wife today, I put it on YouTube on the TV downstairs earlier, and I was like, when I saw this last night, Jeannie, I had a raging hard on.
It was so cool.
She was just like, what?
Did you catch it, Johnny?
No.
Cool,
it's a guy who, I guess he had a GoPro on his head. He's got the master. I think there are some of those master tracks are available on online.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he had the master tracks from Pyromania, right? Was that what it was? Or Rock?
Yeah.
Pyromania, yeah.
Pyromania, yeah.
And he mixed. He does a live mix of it. Not like a live mix, but you can see him in the studio doing the full, all the EQs and everything, and all the compressors and all the preamps and everything.
Well,
and
to be honest, they are for the most part stems. I mean, they're all the lead vocals on stereo track,
mm-hmm.
the backup vocals, the guitars.
Right.
I mean,
right.
The kick and snare were separate, the overheads, but
they're probably all affected though too.
No, the lead vocals had something on them, but
I would think he had 24 channel desk. Mm-hmm. I would think that was recorded on 24 channels, on a 24 analog, 2-inch. So I would think those are obviously they've been digitized and you can get the Pro Tools files. But and he showed the Pro Tools layout, and it was like you were saying, just the the punch-ins, basically the short clips because that album was recorded just in little clips. If you've seen the who produced the Mutt Lange, the Mutt Lange interviews with that, and my God, that and Hysteria were just precision pieces of recording engineering. I mean, we're down to the millimeter back in the mid 80s. You know what I mean? The stuff that they were doing.
80, I think they recorded that in 82, right?
Mm-hmm. Or 82. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, the stuff that he was able to do back then and just think to do. But at the same time, like when you hear those tracks super dry, they were recorded really, really well. So it's easy to mix. I'm not saying it's easy to mix anything, but it's a lot easier when stuff is recorded and you're like, whoa, I barely have to do anything to this except, put some reverb on it, a little bit of delay here. Yeah. But it was just super neat to hear those things isolated in certain parts.
Yeah. And this guy had all the outboard gear. He had all the classic preamps, and he goes through every channel and he puts he mixes it like 2 or 3 times and he plays the whole mix through, which is it was really cool.
Yeah. Are you a Def Leppard fan, Johnny, at all, or no? Like those 2 records in general?
Basically, those 2 records, yeah.
Johnny, did I like stroke out or something?
No. Yeah, I am.
I love the first album, On Through the Night. That's a good album.
High and Dry was good too.
High and Dry is good. Yep.
I had all of those at some point. At some point in the late 80s, because the first one I would have got was Hysteria. But then after that, I bought probably all the other ones.
After I watched that mix last night, I went right to they have a live DVD of, I think it was Denver, back in '88, Hysteria tour.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
There has to be loaded with overdubs because.
Oh yeah. And that was that. Yeah. That was kind of like their Live Without a Net. I mean, it was like the only early, high quality, back in the day VHS release of it, of their live show,
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, it's their production was so, yeah.
Well, weren't they all teenagers on that first album, basically?
Oh, first, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched an interview with Rick Allen the other day. It's funny we're talking about this now, but the guy was asking him, like, as far, with his accident and stuff, and when he lost his arm, Rick Allen had said that he kind of like fell out of love with playing drums. Like every other thing became more important than playing drums. And he kind of like, didn't love playing drums anymore. And then when he had the accident, it was almost like that was the main thing. Like, hey, I want to play drums.
So he fell out of love with the drums before the accident, you're saying?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, it was basically he was taking it for granted, I guess, at that point in his life, And then, of course, when the accident happens, that's your first priority. Like my life, my lifestyle, my band, all of it.
Yeah, and I didn't realize not only he lost his left arm, but he said he broke his right arm so bad, and he was like,
barely saved it.
Yeah, he said I can only lift it like he did it. He's like, I can only lift it like this much, and he was doing it, and I was like, holy crap! I didn't realize it was that bad.
And that right hand gets a workout. I mean, or is it his? Yeah, he's only got his right.
Yeah,
when
but
he's live. I mean, my God, that's all he uses, obviously.
Well, no, but he was talking about how I forget the guy that helped him as far as set up the foot pedals. That's like I think he has like 17 or 18 foot pedals.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, I can, kick with the right foot and snare with the left foot, do the hi-hat with the right hand. And then obviously he has a snare, but he,
honestly, you think about it.
Explaining how to do a lot of things. And he said his right hand now is like really, really good.
You think about in a traditional drummer, what is the left foot used for? Just closing the hi-hat. That's it. Or a double bass
or whatever.
But you don't need the double bass, if you're good enough.
Just imagine if you're a drummer and you got behind his set to try and just, play it. This is what you need to do.
It's so customized for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think it's like Michael's saying, just the fact of like you still have, if you sat behind his drum kit and weren't allowed to use one of your arms.
Right, fine. Yeah, just play it the way he plays it.
Yeah. And then the guy that interviewed him asked, like, was anybody in the band kind of like, hey, are you sure you can do this? And he goes, not once did any of the band members come to me and say, hey, do you think, maybe blah, blah, blah. He's like, that's one thing. He's like that I can say about all those guys is just none of them doubted me. None of them, and they all knew that I was going to, they were going to wait for me until I was ready to go. And that was it. And that's cool to hear, because.
And the story of that first show, was it Donington or something like that?
Yeah. And he's like, he said it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And for the first few shows, they had a second drummer, or they had a second drummer on call, I think it was. I don't know if he played live with them. I think he was on call.
I think he was on backstage.
And then they were like, after a week, they were like, dude, you can go home.
Kind of like Keith Moon. Keith Moon would pass out on stage.
Yeah, and call up
come in and sit behind his kid and play.
Man.
They'd blow up his drum set just to wake him up.
Wheel the other one out. But no, if anybody hasn't watched, and this isn't the interview that I saw, but the actual, what is it, classic albums or something like that of Hysteria. Oh man, it's awesome. Even if you're not a huge Def Leppard, I think all those specials are fascinating.
They are.
Wasn't that like a DVD series?
Yes.
Back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of those.
Yeah,
I didn't have that one, but I had the one on the Who. There was that one.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Rick Allen's drum kit. So he's got the.
Oh, look at
that. So pedals. He's got a special effects pedal, a snare pedal, Tom 1, Tom 2, kick drum. This is probably one of his older. And then he's got all digital snare, Tom 1, Tom 2, floor toms, special effects, and I don't think it has the cymbals, but Simmons, yeah. So I don't know if he still uses Simmons, but he was one of those early adopters of it.
Sodapop asked, so if he lost his arm in the 70s, he would have been fired. Well, it's funny because the interviewer guy, whoever it was, had like kind of the way he said it was like, well, it was almost like a good thing that the technology was there at the time.
Yeah.
Kind of say, hey, electronic drums, Simmons. And
yeah.
stuff.
And it was just at the time when it was becoming, you could get a good sound out of a, what was it when MIDI first came out, 84, 85. So, I mean, that was around the same time that Simmons came out and those early drums. And you could get a real analog sound out of triggered.
That's a good point, actually. Imagine it was like during the 70s. I mean,
yeah.
I suppose you could hook a pedal up to anything, though. I mean, you could hook a pedal up to another with a drumstick hitting a snare.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But would have been a lot harder, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still. I mean, was it this year or last year that they were just inducted to the Hall of Fame? Def Leppard.
It was like 2 days ago.
So,
or something.
Well, I didn't know if it was the most recent one or the.
You
last
mean was
one,
it this week or last week?
Yeah,
was it 2018 or 19?
19, man. It was
a couple days ago.
Yep.
Literally. Yeah.
Last year, Bon Jovi was the big band, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with Stack of Pound Cakes. They stuck with their buddy. You got to love them for that. I 100% agree.
100%. Absolutely, man.
Because I know from we were talking about whatchamacallit. What movie were you talking about before? And I thought of Chris Farley. Remember from Billy Madison when he goes, I know from experience, dude. With Miss Vaughn. Anyway. Sorry. I know that
Veronica Vaughn.
Yeah. At a certain point, my drummer in my band, who's also my brother-in-law, he was having wrist problems. And a certain member of my band came to me and said, we got to find another drummer. I was like, what? Mm-hmm. And to this day, it ticks me off that instead of like, hey, let's see what happens.
Let's work through this.
Yeah. It's not like he was just a hired gun. Like, he was a huge part of our sound. Like, if you listen to my band, the drumming, in my opinion, is like the main focus. It's just like there's so much happening with the drums. And it kind of ticked me off that somebody said that to me. So I give the guys from Def Leppard, especially, I mean, they were huge. Those guys should have been thinking about, hey, we got to go out and play. We got to do another album. What are we going to do?
Yeah. They did the right thing, man.
Yep.
Well, and they were halfway through with the album and then they had to throw out half the stuff that they had already done because they took, and were they going through producers, a couple different producers, and then they went back to Mutt Lange.
Well, they wanted Mutt, but he wasn't available at first.
Yeah.
He was doing another project, and they got, I guess, Mutt Lange's like right-hand man or whatever, his main guy. And they were talking about how they always were like, what would Mutt do? What would Mutt do in this situation? And finally, they're all like, screw this, man. We got to get him. So,
yeah, I can't imagine Def Leppard without Mutt Lange.
No,
right?
I mean that's because I mean you've heard all those we've talked about all those other songs that Mutt has done where it sounds like Def Leppard.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a Shania Twain tune that sounds exactly like a Leppard song.
Isn't he married to Shania Twain? Or?
Yeah.
Well, he used to be.
Used to be? Yeah. Okay, I knew they were. Yeah.
Long
time ago.
And then there's that Loverboy song. Loving every minute of it. That sounds exactly like you would swear that was Def Leppard.
Yeah, yeah.
If Joe Elliott was singing that, you'd be like, this is Def Leppard.
Well,
it has the background vocals, everything.
Oh yeah, the background vocals are the key. And the cool thing about the Def Leppard guys are like whenever they talk about those records, they talk about Mutt Lange is like a huge part of why they sounded like that.
Yeah, the sixth member of the band.
And they were like, if you listen to, they were talking about certain like vocal harmonies. Like, oh yeah, the main vocal on that, you can hear Mutt. He's like the most predominant, or prominent vocal on that part. But they're cool with it. Like most bands, they get to that level and they're like, oh yeah, he produced it, but it's still us. We did the No, they were like, Mutt Lange is the reason why we sounded how we did.
Because that's his sound.
Yep.
It's him. Hey, Guitar Guru Network.
Well,
hey, man.
What's up, man?
The early computer systems that they were using too, like the Fairchild, I think it was and they would just, they were able to get like, the most they could do was like a 5-second sample at, a 5-second sample in stereo. So, some of the stuff like in Pour Some Sugar on Me or Animal and some of those tracks where they have all those samples going off the early digital, stuff that he did to put those soundscapes together. That was all Mutt.
Yeah.
I just bring up real quick. Mutt Lange worked with AC/DC, Shania Twain, Def Leppard, the Boomtown Rats, Foreigner, Huey Lewis and the News, Nickelback, Maroon 5, Romeo's Daughter, Bill Ocean, The Cars, my God, Lady Gaga, The Muse. I mean,
yeah,
that's a who's list.
Biggest of the 80s, definitely, anyway.
Yeah.
And Nickelback.
80s, 90s, and today.
Did he apologize for Nickelback?
I got a buddy of mine who's like, dude, you got to listen to, this, was it Black Horse or something is the name of one of those records from Nickelback? And I tried, man. I was like, man, I understand like the production and everything. It sounds like sonically, it sounds great, but it just doesn't sound genuine to me. It doesn't sound real. Like
overproduced,
I don't know, man. Huh?
Overproduced?
No. I'm talking about like the band.
Just
the
like
band
there's no heart in it.
No heart to it at all.
At
Really,
all.
thank you. Perfect. There's no heart to it.
Yeah.
I saw them open for Bon Jovi at Gillette Stadium, 2005. It was a great show. 65,000 people.
Yeah, and probably 45
for Bon Jovi.
At least.
It was, yeah. I mean, that was
that's
a
great show. Like, dude, look at that.
That was the only stadium show I've ever been to.
Bon Jovi. John was the only guy there.
No, I was with my girlfriend at the time, so at the time.
No, John Bon Jovi was the only guy.
I remember in between sets they were playing Al Gore's movie, the Inconvenient Truth?
Yeah,
I think so.
They were playing that on the big screen.
In between sets?
Well,
you mean in between the
bands, in between bands.
In between BJs? John B.L. Jovi?
Man, don't knock Bon Jovi there.
Dude, no. The New Jersey, and they did some killer songs on that, man. Yeah. They really did.
I saw them. I also saw them in the 90s at one point in Worcester, the early 90s. When it was their second after Slippery When Wet? Was it New Jersey? I don't know. I think it was probably on the New Jersey tour.
New Jersey was after that. That was 88.
Oh, then maybe it was after that.
Yeah. So those two albums are good. And they had a couple bangers on. What was the one before that? Something Fahrenheit or some crap.
Yeah, that was the one with.
There was that one, and there was the one.
Hold on, John B.L. What was the album before?
It was the one of Bon Jovi, like walking like across the street or something, where it looks like it's outside.
Doing an ad for a hot dog stand.
Yeah.
They were big good friends with
Runaway. That was the first one, I think.
Yeah. That song is great.
Runaway was their first single. And there's a story behind that too. It was like John Bon Jovi, he was just like a nobody, and he had written this song, and he put together a band, and it turned out to be I don't know, back in 82 and 83, he put it together for a radio promo.
He was like working in a recording studio or something, like sweeping the floors or something. And one of his first recorded performances, maybe his first, is on the Star Wars Christmas record.
What?
Yeah.
There's a Star Wars Christmas album. I have it somewhere. And it's mostly like Anthony Daniels, you know, as C-3PO, you know, singing songs, and Chewbacca growling through Wookiee Christmas, whatever that was. But there was one song in there where John Bon Jovi sang.
Yeah, when he was 17, John Bon Jovi was sweeping floors at his cousin Tony Bon Jovi's recording studio, the Power Station. In 1980, when Mecco was there recording Christmas in the Stars, the Star Wars Christmas album, Tony Bon Jovi recommended John for the song R2-D2, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, which became his first professional recording, credited as John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have that somewhere.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm. I bought it because of the Star Wars. I didn't buy it because of Bon Jovi.
Oh, sure,
whatever,
sure.
but
Yeah. Likely story.
Sure. You slept with it under your pillow when you got it.
So I got a quick question. Is anybody going to try to get up to the Met to check out that exhibit? Because that looks pretty crazy, man, with Eddie Van Halen and all that stuff.
Yeah. I hope Nesdahl goes and gets some good pictures. You know, he's right there, isn't he? I mean,
what are the odds? Can we do like an over under or odds on that?
Well, I'll be there. I know I'm going to my family reunion this summer, so there's no way I'm not going to be there.
I'm not too far from New York. You know,
I
need to plan a trip.
You should take a shot down there, John. No doubt about it.
I gotta hook up with Rob Johnson and get
John Robson.
And because he's right, you know, not too far from me, and we could make the trip down there or something.
How long of a drive is that for you? It's gonna be what, 2 hours?
City, New York City.
Yeah,
it's a good 3.5, 4 hours probably.
Well, that's nothing, man.
It is. I know, it's not that bad, but
but then again, that's without traffic.
I'd probably take the train from Boston, you know, which would probably make it 4 hours or 5 hours, but
yeah, but at least you're gonna get there.
Oh, good. Caleb's here. I can tell him what I was thinking laying in bed last night.
Oh, ooh, that's scary.
Please.
Hey now.
Hey now. What's up, Caleb?
Go ahead, please.
What's up, buddy?
You want some hidden story? Come on now.
How can you drop that without continuing?
We're waiting. Now he clams up, right? Now he clams.
So no, I went to bed late last night.
Ooh,
which I do every night.
Okay.
And it just seems like a normal thing that I get into bed, whether it's 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, and you know, like everybody else probably watching, you go on your social media as you hit the pillow. You're scrolling through before you go to bed just to make sure you didn't miss anything, because you know we're all so popular. So it seems like every time Caleb or Nerd Halen post something, it's like 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm like, dude, you got to post things during the day. You know, the only ones that see him at 3 in the morning are idiots like me and Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you want to be popular in Japan, that's 3 or 4 in the morning here.
Are you guys playing in Japan coming up?
Actually, yeah. Big announcement. No.
Hold on.
No, I hear you. I just do. I figure it's still in people's feeds, you know, and when they wake up. So
I don't know. I feel like because I have posted late sometimes, and I feel like it gets less. You know, people don't see it as much, but you know, I think there is. Is there an algorithm to, you know, certain times of the day you're supposed to be?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, there is. There definitely is. Yeah.
Tell me then, John.
Probably after. Wouldn't it be like between 5 and 7 or something like that?
AM.
Well, that too. I mean, I would think people obviously check
That's what he is.
Check it early in the morning, and then
I would think like a Sunday night,
early in the evening.
Everybody's home now. Getting ready to start the work week.
I will adjust my post. It's usually when I'm like at the end of the night and I'm just like in the easy chair, Yeah,
then I see it
creating something. So,
and it's everybody.
The good news is it's a gig that's coming up like in 5 weeks, so there'll be many more chances for me to post. It's not like a big deal.
I want to see him in the middle of the day. Johnny, when is the perfect time to post? I know you know.
During the day?
Well, just in general.
Whenever. Yeah, when?
In general. I would say like probably like 6 in the morning.
What?
Mm-hmm.
6, what?
Because everybody gets up for
that's when everybody's on their way to work.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna look it
and
up
so
here.
People are in the bathroom.
Well, think about
their phones.
First thing you do is you check your email, right? And then you check your phone, you check your Facebook.
So East Coast time or what?
Like 6, I would say 6 o'clock. Well, East Coast time, that'd be 3 in the
the time zone that matters.
That'd be 3 in the morning.
You're way off. You're about 12 hours off.
Huh? 6 at night.
According to analytics company Simply
That's what I'd
Measured,
say, afternoon.
The best time to post on Instagram is on Wednesdays between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Wednesdays? Hump day.
East Coast.
For brands, the least favorable time to post is in the middle of the night because an Instagram photo typically has a life of only about 4 hours before it gets buried in followers' feeds.
Really?
That part to me makes sense.
Oh,
what am I stroking out?
Falling. No, Caleb's sign is falling over.
Oh my God.
I saw that.
I'll have to go watch
on TV.
Hey, there's other websites saying
timestamp.
You have ghosts.
That's pretty funny.
This other post says kind of like what Johnny is saying. Like morning hours are a good time to post because everyone is waking up.
Yeah. Well, that was just the one time I was saying. I was 6 in the morning, and then again at 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. No, just first thing in the morning. And then I would say like middle afternoon somewhere, and then early evening was what I would say. Okay. But all these different places are different. Twitter and Instagram are different. Facebook's different. YouTube, I mean, it's all, there's different rhythms to the stuff.
Well, I'll get my Google on. Lock it in.
Well, what's the gig, Caleb? It's coming up.
Oh, it's on May 11th. It's a Saturday night in North Hollywood, California. So,
Peter,
and what's the venue?
I know Johnny's coming down. I feel it. I can feel like he's going to come down for that.
How close is that?
I wish I could.
It's
I
about 300 miles.
What's the venue?
It's called the Federal Bar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a great place, man.
Yeah.
I know that place.
Yeah. It should be good.
I know the Starbucks across the street.
Yeah. No, looking forward to it.
You can be broadcasting live? You working on that?
What did I miss?
Caleb, you're going to be broadcasting live?
You guys were talking about the Met?
Uh-oh.
Can he not hear you?
I don't know. I guess not.
What happened?
Can you hear Michael?
Oh,
can you hear me?
I can't hear Michael.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear Michael?
No. All right. It's me, right? So I should come back on.
Wait, can you hear Mike?
I don't know. Well,
I can't hear Mike. It's always somebody.
Mike?
The truth is, I just sent Nesdal an invite because he wanted in, and I think that's what jinxed this. Nesdal, if you're watching, I sent it.
All right. Well, let me go out and come back in so I can hear you, Captain.
Fix your EVH sign.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. I'll be right back.
That's what screwed it up.
Right.
EVH sign fell down, and Eddie was like, "That we ain't dealing with this shit."
That sign was what was holding the antenna up. Oh man.
Oh,
what were you even talking about? Oh, times to post stuff. Yeah, like I said, every place is different. You can't. None of the different platforms are the same. That's what's so bizarre. You know, they all have their own systems, their own I guess algorithm. I guess is the actual big word.
Weird algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Weird algorithm. Hey, Dave.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who can't you hear, Dave? We got to go
hear
through
everybody.
Do a roll call.
Me?
Hi, Dave.
Hi.
I know it's getting crowded in here.
Hello, hello, hello. I hear everybody.
All right.
Oh, what a shame.
What a shame. That's really funny.
Well, Caleb's back. Let's see if it breaks everything.
Oh my God, we got a lot of people.
I can't hear Caleb.
For real?
I think
Yeah,
Dave
for real.
would be like the last one in, no matter
Are you
what.
for real? You can't hear him?
No.
It's probably Hangouts starting to, you know.
Caleb, what's up?
You know,
Cut out
like
YouTube.
I said before, since I've got this microphone and these headphones,
Can I hear Johnny?
it's been really funny. Like I when someone pops in, I can't hear that person.
I can't hear Johnny either.
So I'm gonna
be the last person.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, jeez.
Oh, there he went. He looks like he just woke up.
He just disappeared.
10, 11. So it's 111 there? Where
111.
most everybody else
Make
is.
a wish.
Okay, Dave's back.
I'm back.
Can you hear Caleb?
Caleb, say something.
I can't hear David.
No, I hear him.
Are you kidding me?
We'll tell you what he says.
Yeah. We'll do the telephone game.
Seriously, you can't hear me?
Password is.
We need Garrett Morris, I think.
The password is
He can't hear me.
He says he can't hear you.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
Want me to jump out? I'll jump back in.
Everybody jump
Let's all
out.
jump out. And then.
I can't jump out. Everybody else jump out. Jump out and jump back in.
All right.
Y'all is crazy.
Oh, here, Dave.
Y'all all is crazy.
Look at this. Look at this. It's like a game.
Can I hear Jay?
Can you hear us?
Oh no, who can't
I can
hear
only
didn't-
hear you, John
I
BL,
can't
and
hear
Johnny.
So I got to jump out.
And I can't.
Lock it.
I can't hear Jay.
Oh no. I lost the chat.
I only hear you, Johnny.
You don't hear
You
me.
know, yeah. I mean, we could just, it'll be just like old times where it's just me and you.
David and Johnny.
Mhm.
Oh,
Jay?
man. All right.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
I hear Jay.
I think Google's.
I hear Michael.
They're making it
I
frustrating.
hear Caleb.
Johnny, I wish you could. There was something you could use when somebody drops out. It goes, "Bleh."
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh, and I can't hear Mike.
And
This
come back.
sucks, dude.
Going in.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, Amanda says this is like a bad Verizon commercial. Somebody should come up with a different version of this that's better, and then that would be the like their commercial. Like, can you hear me? No, I can't. No, we can't hear. Oh, okay, I'll drop out.
Yeah.
And then everybody has to keep doing it, and that would be that other company's. You know.
Can
Are
you
we
hear
on
me?
the same page now? Can everybody hear everybody?
Well, let's go down the line. Caleb.
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't hear Caleb.
Oh well, then screw it, you guys.
I can hear Dave though.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know what it is. Man.
Unplug your microphone.
It's annoying.
Hey, Dave,
Plug your
unplug your mic and plug
headphones.
it back in.
No, that won't work. Trust me.
Or your headphones.
Plug it into a different one.
I don't think it's technical. I don't think it's on anybody's side. I think it's
on, I don't think Dave.
that doesn't make sense. Why one guy could hear one guy and another guy can't hear another guy, and
it's not his headphones because he's hearing
everybody else. I hear everybody. I've never not heard anybody.
Yeah, me neither.
I can hear him.
Oh, Dave's gone again.
He's like, screw this crap.
John BL, can I hear you?
Can you hear me, Caleb?
Yes.
All right.
Guitar Guru Network asks about gold hardware. He says, doing a DiMarzio order, do you guys like gold pickups / hardware? I told him
depends on
gold pickup covers. I like the gold pickup covers on like the Alpine White Les Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I like gold hardware on like white guitars.
Yeah, what guitar is it going on? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it if it's a pink guitar, you don't put gold on it.
Gold on like a natural finish or something like that would look good. You know, stain.
Or a green guitar, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Not necessarily on like a red or a maybe a black. I don't think it would look good on a black guitar.
No, somebody
maybe.
Who was a black guitar that I saw recently with gold? Like I said, I'm not a gold hardware fan at all.
That Cameron Brown kid has one.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
That's Sir.
Let's see. He's gonna come on soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were chatting last night. McNamara introduced us.
Yeah, here's his I guess this is his #1 right now. And it's got a
very cool.
Hold on.
Oh, and was it David Gilmour? Did he have gold on his Blackie?
There you go.
That looks real good.
Cool.
Yeah,
yep.
that's cool.
Good.
Oh,
roasted.
Is that a Westie? A terrier?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, I'm just noticing the dog right now. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. But then again, when you can play guitar like this cat, you can have any pickups you want, any color hardware you want, and like you can't argue.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
AI gaming. You're talking about tinnitus? Dude, I just got crazy loud ringing in this ear like 20 seconds ago. It's bizarre.
I have it in both ears.
I've got terrible tinnitus. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. AI gaming says it's getting debilitating. That's, I've had tinnitus for years too, but it's never been a problem. I mean, not yet. Hopefully, geez, we're just still jumping out and jumping in, Dave. But yeah, I mean, tinnitus, I could see how that would really be if it gets persistent. And I mean, if it's silent, I can't sleep without a fan or something because of tinnitus, most likely. But it's never been a problem.
Yeah, we have a white noise machine that plays the sound of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do that too.
We have that playing.
Yeah, I gotta have some kind of white noise.
Yeah, I put on thunderstorms in the background or a fan. Otherwise, I'm not going to sleep. I mean, it's something.
YouTube 10 hours of celestial white noise. I use that.
10 hours of Celeste.
Celeste. Yeah, it's like this, and then Celeste starts talking very quietly. Like, what is it? ASM?
I usually put a rainstorm on.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah, I put thunderstorms on, Dave.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'll fart in your mouth. Don't you? You sleep with your mouth open.
Oh, I don't want to hear this.
Oh my God.
Holy crap.
Find your grave.
Holy shit.
Dave, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear everything.
Good.
Unfortunately.
Right.
So I saw in the chat before that Amanda has learned her first 2 chords today.
Awesome.
That is cool.
I saw E minor. What was it? E minor and D minor, something like that. A minor.
Caleb, say something.
I don't think Caleb can hear you now.
Oh man,
he's got his
muted. Caleb, you're muted, dude.
You just muted. No, I think there's stuff going on.
No, his kids behind him drinking out of the OJ bottle again.
E minor and C.
Cool.
Awesome. Those are two very cool chords.
Yeah.
I think A minor was the first. A minor and E minor were the first two that I learned. Maybe A.
She's got to learn D minor, the saddest of all keys.
Never mind. You can leave that one alone.
Lick my love pump.
No, that's D major.
That big D chord.
The elongated D. Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you got to use a heavy gauge string so you get a thick D string. You know? Drop D.
Drop it. Oh.
Hope Jeannie doesn't watch this.
Some open tuning. Oh, keep going.
Yeah, AI gaming. That sounds, tinnitus does not sound sounds like you got pretty bad tinnitus. Doesn't sound good.
Tinnitus, tomorrowness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who was telling us a while back about certain treatments to help that?
There's a lot of like herbal treatments and stuff like that.
Who was that? Somebody was trying to convince me of something, and I'm like,
oh yeah, right. Someone said if you eat something, certain things like it starts acting up.
It was somebody 5150.
That's what I said. If you eat a lot of sodium, if you have a lot of salt, that's what kicks it up. Actually, there might have been a lot of sodium in that chowder I just had. That's why because literally as soon as we started talking about this, as soon as I read your comment, this ear just started buzzing like way crazier than normal, and it's still going.
Wow.
It sounds like I've got this massive like fluorescent light like right above this side of my head right now. So it's like zzz. Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. But a good remedy for it is go over to the sink and turn on the faucet, and it'll give you relief.
What do you mean? Just listen to the faucet flowing?
Listen to running water,
really?
And that it disappears. Yeah.
Really?
So sleep with the water on, and your water bill will be
Or maybe that's why I listen to thunderstorms. You hear the rain in the back. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we sleep.
Must be in that frequency.
It takes it away. One of the guys running water and fans covered up. Yeah.
It masks the frequency that it's buzzing at.
That's how they discovered that back when they were first dealing with this stuff. A doctor and a patient who had it really bad. They went walking outside and they walked past a water fountain, and the guy was like, "Wait a minute, it's gone," because that covered up the sound.
Hey, AI gaming. In my opinion, the best app for like sound stuff is called Relax Melodies. I downloaded this a couple years ago, and it's free. And it has, and in my opinion, a lot of these apps that play like sound effects and stuff like that, like rain or ocean and stuff, you can hear the loops, and that drives me nuts. Like I hear that, I'm like, oh god, here it's starting.
Absolutely.
This one,
you can hear the loops. That's funny you say that, because I've noticed that all the time with those.
And then you can combine, certain.
That's the one I have.
Dude, it's the best one, right?
Yeah, but you can still hear the loop in that. You can still if you listen to Rainstorm.
Yeah, well,
you can hear. You can
combine certain ones.
Well, I know that, but when you hear just Rainstorm, you can hear when the loop starts again, the thunder gets lower, and then it gets gradually louder again. But when it gets lower, that's the beginning of the loop again.
Right.
Do not put the car horn effect in it, because you'll hear that loop. There's certain ones. I just have I have a favorite one. Where the hell is it? That I made, and it's awesome. And whenever I put it on, I can't hear the loop or anything. But yeah, download this and just mess around with it. It's really cool. Can you hear it? Can you hear your tinnitus now? How's that sound? Does that sound nice?
Nice. We good?
But no, the actual sound, like find the sound of running water, like off of a faucet or a not a toilet flushing.
Yeah.
But a like a fountain.
A fountain pen?
That actually really takes it away. Yeah. Man, that's bizarre how this totally started acting up, and it's so loud right now.
I actually reached out to a clinic here in Denver and still waiting for them to get back to me, because supposedly they can help you with it. I mean, I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but I think once your hearing is damaged, it's damaged. I mean, how do you turn that back, right?
You can with surgery. They do some really crazy stuff now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with surgery. As long as it's not terribly far gone. Yeah. I don't know if you want your ear.
I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid to do that, though, right?
Yeah.
What would you be more afraid of? Getting a laser in your eye?
I've done that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I would think like that's got to be at least, on paper, kind of like, what the heck is going on over there?
I don't know, but now I gotta pee.
John, that sounds like somebody just blowing into a microphone.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, loudly.
Sounds like a mudslide.
I wouldn't mind drinking them.
Brian, the other input on my mixer.
Brett McCord said, I used to work with German spinning frames, and the spindles turned at 111,000 RPM.
Whoa.
Frame would have 228 spindles, 288 spindles, 280 times 15 frames with earplugs will still sound like 10 jets in the room. Holy crap, man.
Dude, are you deaf, Brett?
Is Mark Gastineau one of the Jets?
Mark Gaston. No. Oh man, he was awesome.
That's the last time I watched the Jets, by the way.
Was that the Stock Exchange?
Yeah, the New York Stock Exchange. Exactly.
That's right. Stock Exchange. Yeah.
I can finally hear everybody.
Yay!
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah. I don't know if Dave can. Dave, can you hear me?
I can't hear Caleb.
Are you?
No, whoever drops out and comes back in, I can't hear it.
Oh man.
I guess I'm lucky, but I always wore earplugs, man. Playing in the band for as long as I did.
You have no tinnitus at all, Jay?
No. I mean, every once in a while, my ear will go.
Yeah.
For like, 10, 15, 20 seconds or whatever.
They say when you hear that, someone's talking about you.
Yeah.
If it's in your right ear, it's
so
positive.
it doesn't happen very often because,
Well, you're lucky, dude.
Yeah, but I always wore earplugs,
Yeah. Loud music and 30 years working around a railroad. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm. But I think I have extra sensitive ears too, because when Jeannie and I went to that tribute band for STP and Alice in Chains a couple weeks ago, like it wasn't very loud in there, but I still wore earplugs. And Jeannie was like, I was like, do you want earplugs? And she's like, it's not even that loud. And I'm like, it still seems loud to me. So maybe it's a good thing that I have like extra sensitive ears where I have to wear earplugs.
I think it sounds loud to you because you wore earplugs all those years, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible,
You're
but
preserving your ears.
Certain things, man, just like, oh my God. And other people are like, well, dude, what? And I'm like, my fucking ears right now, they're killing me.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
So do you guys wear earplugs when you go to a concert or a show?
No,
I would.
I bring them with me. I bring them with me, and maybe during the middle of the show when my ears are fatigued, I'll put them in for a little while, and then I'll take them back out.
Wow.
For a good 10 years working shows and, you know, hundreds and hundreds of, literally hundreds of shows, I never wore earplugs. And I've got, you know, mild tinnitus, but I think over the past, you know, 10 plus years since then, my ears have had time to recover. And they do say you can you can recover after you've lost some hearing.
Really?
But you know, not 100%, but it's like I said, it's not anything that bothers me.
Hey Dave, when you do that, like when you're at a show and then you put them on, like your ears get fatigued, does that ruin the experience? I'm just curious. You know, if you're sticking the earplugs in, can you hear the concert?
At that point, I don't care. I just want to relax my ears because I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Like I'll do it during, you know, maybe a drum solo or a song where it's not. I don't really give a shit about. But
right.
If the sound is mixed well, it shouldn't really hurt your ears.
It also depends on where you're sitting. If you're close to the stage and they're a loud stage band, you're not getting away from it.
Right.
You know, I mean, when I see Van Halen, I usually see them within the first 10 rows, and Eddie is freaking loud.
Stage volume.
His stage volume. He doesn't even need to be in the mix. His stage volume is that.
Did
loud.
he ever wear earplugs?
I don't know. I'll ask him next time I talk to him.
Because I've watched Live Without a Net before, just looking. I'm like, man, can I see earplugs in any of these guys' ears? I don't think so.
I don't think I've ever seen it really.
On a stage like that, you really don't need earplugs because it's really not that loud.
Everything's going forward.
Yeah. Everything is out in front of the stage. No, Eddie.
If you're near those drums, though, if you're near those cymbals,
be loud as shit. Yeah.
Look at Al's monitor system. It's crazy.
Alex is one of the guys who pioneered the in-ears.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Right?
That's true. Yeah. He was one of the first to try them. He was given a set of them back during like the Balance tour or something.
Well, he had said there's interviews with him back then, maybe even before that. My brother was telling me he had like 60% hearing in one ear and 40% in the other. So basically he had one full ear.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Pete Townsend used to, when he was back in, I think it was the 89 tour, he had his own, it was almost like a room that he would go into and or like a bubble, you know, like they have those, the drum baffles.
Yeah,
he
the
had
baffles
on the side of the stage that he would play in.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about Jeff Beck?
Yeah, he's deaf.
I remember seeing on MTV News or something, he was supposed to play a show with Guns N' Roses or something way back in the day, and he canceled because he couldn't play with them because of his ears, because of the volume.
Brian Johnson.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
No.
But he's back now. I think he had surgery. I think he had some ear surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say that because he came back really quick.
Yeah, one tour. It was just one tour.
Yep.
It was a good year and a half, I think, that he was, away from the band. Axel had jumped in for him.
Yeah, but still, if in a year and a half, the doctor's telling you you're going to permanently lose your hearing, and then a year and a half later he's able to come back. There has to be some kind of surgery, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think.
What about
Did anybody get to see them with Axl Rose, AC/DC?
No. Just on YouTube.
They were here. I didn't see them though. I had friends who went and saw them. They played the park in San Francisco.
I'm just not crazy about Axl's voice. Just with AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, you would, you're used to it. Mm-hmm. But with AC/DC, it just didn't. I don't think it was a good fit. I personally don't think so.
Who else, in your opinion?
I think Tom Kiefer would have been a better choice.
Oh, Kiefer, okay.
Mm-hmm. But
Pats?
I think we had this discussion, right? If Axl's going to play with a band, he's going to play with a band that's bigger than him, than Guns N' Roses.
Well, and if AC/DC is getting somebody,
yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, Kiefer would go up, and I guess definitely AC/DC is bigger than Cinderella.
Yeah, but the thing is, his voice fits better. He sounds like Brian Johnson when he sings.
Oh, we were talking about Bruce Dickinson, or wasn't that who we were saying could have filled in for?
No, for Queensryche.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, but at the same time, AC/DC was probably thinking like, hey, Axl is, one of the biggest frontmen.
He's a better draw than Tom Kiefer.
Yeah.
But Tom Kiefer's voice would be a better suited voice for AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
All night long, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think anybody would know who Tom Kiefer was.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You're wrong. No, I think you're wrong. I think they would know because AC/DC was huge in the mid-'80s as well.
And if you've seen that hot dog commercial, you know who Tom Kiefer is.
But do you think? Hold on a second. Let me get back to that, guy. Do you think that if, like, on the billboards and stuff like that, and the whole, when they made when you went online to buy the tickets and they promoted it with AC/DC playing with Axl Rose, they didn't have to put Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses. All you had to put was Axl Rose. But if you put Tom Kiefer, they would have had to put Cinderella's Tom Kiefer or something, because I didn't even.
Right.
I think you're right. But then everybody would say, "Oh, him." I know who that is.
Yeah, but who cares? Because you're not really going there to see the singer. I would go to see singer.
You going to see Angus?
Nah.
Think of how many Guns N' Roses fans probably went and that might not be AC/DC fans. Like, shit, I'm going to go because Axl's there.
Yeah.
And how many Cinderella fans are left?
And let me tell you something. Anyone that's any rock and roll guy that's not an AC/DC fan is a fag.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Dave, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Don't you wish?
That was my first arena show.
And not for nothing, for me saying that, this is the Late Show. If you can't say it here, you can't say it anywhere.
Well, nowadays you can't say it anywhere. So
it's the same no matter what, because this will be replaying 100 times over the night and tomorrow. And
good. Well, I just gave you some content. How about that?
I'll be on Blabbermouth tomorrow.
That's the Facebook clip right there.
Yeah, just make that. Anybody that doesn't like AC/DC.
Can you tell I just watched 7 episodes of All in the Family?
One of the best shows ever. You couldn't put that on the air now. It's a new
so there's
show.
More to come, huh, Dave?
That's right. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but you are one dumb Polak.
There was a show after that too, right?
Archie's Place.
After his wife passes away.
Yeah.
There was a show with him and the bar and the kid or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meathead. Yeah.
So Dave, I asked this earlier, and I'm gonna do it when I get out there to my family reunion. Are you planning on going down to the Met?
Yes.
Awesome.
By the way, Johnny, can you believe that dude on Facebook that said that if that anyone that thinks they can tell the real Frankenstein from a replica, that's got his head up his ass, pretty much. I wanted to smack that guy through Facebook. Did you see what I wrote?
No, I mean,
I wrote back.
Find it.
I wrote back and said, if you can't tell that this is the real Frankenstein, then you're not a big Van Halen fan and you're not a fan of this guitar.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean what I do on Facebook is if I reply to something,
yeah,
9 times out of 10 I'll go up and I'll disable the post so I don't get any replies or anything.
Oh, that's smart.
So I never see, like, after I reply to something, I never see any, like, to me it's done after that.
Yeah, that's very smart, Johnny. You're a very smart person.
Yeah. But no, I saw that because I replied to that post literally, like, well, it's timestamped, you can see it literally like just minutes after that guy said that. So I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Did the guy respond to you?
I don't know. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Let's see if he responded. No, because I don't have anything in. I don't have anything showing on Facebook. He's probably asleep. He probably cried himself to sleep in a fetal position after I wrote that.
In a fetal position.
Probably the same.
Thumb in his mouth.
Posted the picture of your
thumb in his mouth.
of your wall.
In fetal position. Oh my
God.
Exactly. Nesdol told me.
He's your biggest fan.
Oh God!
Hang on, let me see if I can. I'll read exactly what he wrote. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, good pictures. There's been some great pictures of that guitar.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable, actually. Those pictures are fantastic. See, now that I want to find it, I can't find it.
Right. It's always the.
See that picture of Adam holding the guitar?
He wasn't holding the guitar. It was he was in front of the glass, making him believe he was holding.
Oh, I didn't. I scrolled down. I thought he was holding it.
No.
Like, how the hell did you get that?
The only person holding that guitar is Matt Brook before it goes in the glass.
Okay.
I can't show that.
Hey, Dave, besides the Frankenstein, what's the one guitar you wish was on display there?
That I wish was on display?
Well, the one besides the 5150.
I would say Steve Vai's Green Meanie from the Eat 'em and Smile tour.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying
Shargo. Which one of Eddie's guitars?
I'm saying the one at the Hard Rock where you've never seen the back of it.
Yeah,
that one.
That guitar, and the Orlando Hard Rock guitar with the cream pickup in it. You've seen a picture of that one, right? Yeah, it's very similar to the New York City one, and it has a double cream humbucker in it.
Maybe I don't know.
I'll show you a picture of it. You've seen it.
Yeah, the news desk has some amazing close-up pictures of it.
The nudes desk?
Johnny, this one. Yep. This guitar.
Yeah. That's the one Bruce Springsteen played. That's
I
a
didn't
picture.
know he really?
That's that picture next to it. That's Springsteen playing the guitar.
Oh, no kidding.
Good night, Ed.
Good night, Ed.
Dana's going to bed.
Wow.
Something that I should be doing soon.
Actually, that guitar there, Mark Blankenship, I don't know if you know who he is. It's a Facebook guy. He builds these replicas as well. He's selling me that body and neck. He just built this guitar, selling me that body and neck for just next to nothing. So I'm going to be building that next.
Awesome.
Yeah. Putting it together. I don't know if you consider it building it because it's already painted and all you have to do is put it together. So I'm just putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like I'll be ordering. I have Floyd Rose's up the yin yang to put on it and tuning pegs, but I think I'm gonna get a pickup from Sean Christopher at Pariah for that guitar.
Yeah, I got to try one of those.
I'll let you know. I mean, I have. What guitar do I have? Oh, in that green Kramer that's over here somewhere.
We've seen
Facer.
Is that it right there? I can't tell. Is that green? Yeah. That guitar has a Pariah pickup in it, and it sounds great. But it's not the Pasadena. It's more like a JB. It's his JB version. But I think I want to get a Pasadena Black in it, but in double cream.
Dutchy 5150 says, "Did you guys see the striped Kramer that David Allen Wright posted on Facebook? $10,000 on eBay."
I don't believe that guitar is what it is, first of all, and that headstock, it's just not right.
The headstock looks like an aftermarket neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story behind that is a guy that worked at Kramer. The story is that a guy that worked at Kramer built that guitar. But even that story is kind of weird.
Yeah, this story is it's a bunk story. It's not it's not for real. It's and whoever made the guitar knew nothing about how to stripe a Kramer. And the fact that it had a pickup ring on it, it's just not it's not believable.
For like 10 grand for a guitar that somebody from Kramer built. What?
I mean,
the story is back in 1984. Eddie was at the factory looking through guitars, and out of a series of bodies, he picked one and built a guitar out of it. And one of the bodies that was there was this one, I think.
Okay.
But it was all built like afterwards. Like Eddie had nothing to do with the guitar at all. I think that was the story. I mean, but even that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because they made it sound like the guitar that Eddie picked, that was sitting next to this one was the one that he made it sound like it would have been the 5150 guitar. But we know the 5150 guitar was at the US Festival.
Yeah, so it was before that.
So the story, it sounds like the guy that's telling the story doesn't. I don't know.
He doesn't know how to tell a story. In fact, he's embellishing on the story. Metal Mike 5150. Do you take the tone killers off too on your Floyd, meaning me? And the tone killers are the little metal finger plate that's underneath the fine tuners. That and the actual spring that look like fingers. The springs that look like fingers.
Claw, yeah.
Yeah, the claw. No, I don't generally take them off my guitars. On the whale tail that I have on that's on my 5150, it's already off and it's fine. I have one right here that I'll show you guys. Hang on 1 second.
Cool.
I have this vintage Floyd FRT7 here. I don't know if you can see that. This is a vintage. This is like 1982. Now on this one, it has the first version of that claw, which is a lot different than the ones you see on here now. But I won't take it off. I'll leave it on. I'm even going to leave this small block on. But you can tell everything's different. They see the old style collar on the arm. It's just a hex nut
with a little washer in there,
and a couple washers, and then a locking hex nut on the bottom.
Yeah,
it's a different thing. The actual fine tuners are a lot thinner. The plate itself is thinner, and it's a more crude version of a Floyd Rose. It's got less sharp edges on it. But this is an old FRT7 from like I would say this is from like 82.
Wow. Is that German?
Well, it's pre-German. This is made in probably in the garage of Floyd Rose.
Wow. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. And it's in amazing condition.
My God, it is. Look at that.
Wait, I thought you recommended taking these off or taking these out, Dave.
No, Rob. Oh, you can. There's not that piece is not on this at all. It's only the claw, and there's no spacer, which is what that is.
Mm-hmm.
You can take it off, but I generally like my Floyds to be flush on the deck of the guitar. Once you take that piece off, it's gonna sit up a little bit because it's not gonna be even.
Well, this is the piece that goes under the.
Yeah, I know. It goes under the block. Yes.
Well, what would be the benefit?
No.
Oh, I'm not talking about the underneath the saddles.
That's what I'm talking about. This is
I take that out all the time. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about this claw, and there's another spacer.
Yeah.
Between the block and the claw.
I tried taking that out, and it was way too.
It sets up. It sets up on the body a little wonky.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep them on. If it's on there, leave it on there. It's not hurting it.
Benefit? Why do people take it off? What's the benefit of it?
Well, people say that it's a tone killer, and in my opinion, your fingers are the tone killer. It's not. That has nothing to do with it. If you got bad tone in your hands, you got bad tone. If you have good tone in your hands, you can have 100 spaces on the Floyd Rose, and it'll still sound good.
I guess the only thing is if maybe you can't get the action close enough and the bridge is too high, and you think that's
that makes sense then. Yes. Yeah. If it's no matter how much you try to, if the action is still too high, like Jay said, and that's the only way you can get the action lower to lower the bridge,
then pull it out. Is
take them off. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe guys like Adam Reaver he must have better ears than me. So if he says it's a tone killer, which he does say, then maybe it is. But to me, I don't hear it unless someone's got a bad set of hands and can't make a connection to the strings with their hands.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. But with I don't know. Who knows? He's been doing this a lot longer than I have. So I if he says it, I tend to believe that he knows what he's talking about. So I just can't hear it.
I guess it's like a personal preference, right? Do you hear it or you don't hear it?
And it also depends on the amp. If you're using a lot of gain, you're not hearing any difference in anything.
No.
If you're playing through a cleaner amp like a Plexi, because Plexis, no matter what you do, no matter what you may think a Plexi sounds like, it is not even a medium gain amp. It's a very low gain amp, and you hear every mistake. So so that amp, I can understand. If you're playing through that amp, you might hear the difference in tone when you have those things on your Floyd or not. But through a high gain amp, you could play through a Squire Strat with the worst sounding pickups in the world, and you're not going to know. You're not going to know. It's whatever it is.
The saturation is taking over.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, you have a good guitar through a good amp with high gain, it's going to sound good.
Oh yeah.
But it's not going to. You're not really going to hear loss of tone. Say you put a good humbucker in a Squire, you're not going to know the difference.
Brett McCord says, I put stainless steel frets that are lower profile on my Jackson, and my action is high. I need to lower the action, but I have just been trying to make my hand stronger.
Well, that makes sense, and that's a good thing. It's like going to the gym. You want to work out. That's a good way to work your hands out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're working harder when you're practicing, when it comes to the real thing, it'll be easy. It'll be a lot easier.
He says he's playing 11 through 48s. Is that on a Floyd Rose guitar? Oh yeah, I guess it is. Jackson, it must have a Floyd
11s. Wow,
man, 11s on a Floyd Rose is like it's so hard to do. It's just Floyd Roses don't really perform the same way with those heavy strings on as they do with nines. And I know that sounds like no kidding, Dave. But it's they really Floyd Roses perform at their best, I think, with nines.
He said no Floyd.
Oh, no Floyd? Well, then there you go.
Johnny, some breaking news. Michael Anthony performed with John 5 tonight at the Whiskey.
Wow. Oh, whoa!
What?
Oh, man!
Awesome.
Oh, Dave, you can't hear Caleb?
No,
no.
Michael Anthony's going out with Van Halen. No, I'm joking.
Actually, you mean he is right now, or he already did?
Eddie Trunk just posted it 27 minutes ago.
Okay. Oh man, yeah, because I follow Eddie on Periscope, and he went live. Oh, there it is. I see it.
Eddie, what? Trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Here it is.
What did he say?
Oh, here's John 5. Oh wait. You can't hear Caleb.
No. Tell me what he said.
Oh,
Tell me, God damn it.
Michael Anthony.
Right now, man. Tell him.
Michael Anthony performed with John 5 at the Whiskey half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Here they are.
Okay.
Actually, you guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
I'm watching it. Tell me if it's.
This guy is incredible. He's an incredible musician. He's an incredible person. And I love him so much. Mr. Fred Corey. Let's hear it. Come on.
What?
Come on. Oh my God. Come on. There he is.
Is he just messing with them, or is that the wrong clip? Sounds good.
Oh, this Corey Taylor.
I felt Michael Anthony was wearing my Nerd Halen shirt.
Oh man.
Right? It does.
So this was half an hour.
Fred Corey can't keep time.
Was that Mikey screaming?
Yeah, well, yeah.
There you go.
Hey, you can still hit those notes, man.
So cool. I did that exact same thing a month ago on that stage.
How awesome is
Man,
that?
Eddie never sounded that clean.
Oh, somebody commented Van Halen do sing. If you guys want to see that, that's Eddie Trunk, probably on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter, and you can see that.
I bet you can see it on YouTube right now.
Probably
Bet
up
you it's already
there.
on.
I bet you can see it
Well,
on the Johnny Beane show.
yeah.
Right now.
Oh
That's
man,
right.
if I would have known, I would have put that on live because I got the notification. Yeah, I follow Eddie Trunk on. He's always posting to Periscope all the time. Always like from live shows.
Michael,
Dutchie says he hates that high pitched scream that Mike does, and you know what? I agree with you.
Huh?
And he does it every time. Every time.
Michael Anthony?
Yeah, that high pitched scream.
Oh no,
It's better than
I think
Dave
it's
screaming nowadays.
classic. I think that's one of the classic.
It's overkill though. He does it too much.
Yeah.
But think about Pasadena
Straight
Civic,
bar.
1977. Him doing it there.
77. He's doing it now in 2019. That says something, man. He can still hit that note.
It's all over that Pasadena bootleg.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
over. It's over.
Classic.
I mean, he's done it when they did it in '88 with Hagar. You know, he did that scream. He did it. He's been doing it forever.
You know, he's not
always
so
done it.
well known for his bass playing, but he's well known for his voice.
It's a part of the song.
Not on the record though.
No, it's not on the record. Oh.
What are you drinking there?
53 people watching this? Oh, that's Kool-Aid.
What?
No.
Are you drinking the Kool-Aid, Johnny?
Yeah, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Let's get some more thumbs up. We only got 40, 53 watching. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys dig this stuff, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're just now jumping into the scene.
Mm-hmm. Right. Hey, Mike, how's that Music Man Axis EX?
I love it, man. It's heaven to me.
Let me know when you fall out of love with it.
Actually, when I come out for my family reunion, I'll bring it with me.
All right. Sounds good.
Who was that? Was that Oz last night who showed off the red Music Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, the color is amazing on that guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's really rich and dark. It doesn't have the greatest top on it, but the guitar just is a beautiful guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a top like Mike's. Is that in hands distance?
Yeah.
Give me go grab that.
Yeah.
Go grab that and let's take a look at that top.
That's in the forward berth.
Yeah, let me go to the aft deck.
And let's see another picture of your crotch, by the way.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh no.
Ask for it.
Brett McCord says the German-made Floyd Rose bridges are the best. Yes, they are.
They are, and unless you have one of these. That's the only thing that would be better.
Garage made.
Well, it's hand tooled. I don't know if it's made in a garage, but it's hand tooled and not made by a machine.
Right.
Does Johnny do radio? He has the voice for it. Jay Shortka says.
I think he meant he has a face for radio. Just kidding, John.
Oh man.
Johnny, have you showed us that Casio before behind you?
Not this particular group, but yeah, I have before. But yeah, I dug it out.
Yeah,
found
take a look.
Did you dig it out because of McNamara?
Is that the one with the fake?
What?
Is it got real strings on it, or is it like it's got like plastic strings?
They're like rubber.
Rubber, yeah.
They're like rubber strings, and I've had that guitar for 22 years, and I can't believe I've never broken a string on it.
That's not the one I'm talking about, Mike.
This one?
No. I'm talking about the Axis EX, the one, the Van Halen.
Let me go get that one then.
Well, that's a nice one too. No, leave that one here.
Yeah.
That one's beautiful.
Leave that one. Put it on the couch back there so we can see it.
Okay.
Put it on the poop deck.
On the poop deck?
Yeah, in the bathroom.
Let me go get the other one. I thought you were talking about this one.
No.
Yeah, the EX is over next to the Bills.
No, it's a beautiful guitar, but it's not me.
I gotta go to the Ford deck. You got me all over this place.
Hardwood Steaks, Johnny. He says, "What about the Argentina show? Stage left for Edward."
Yeah, we've always got that conversation.
It's actually
stage right.
Stage right. Did you find out yet? Left. And I think Johnny, you were the one that mentioned you thought that it was because of the way the cameras were set up.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's probably a power setup.
I don't think that's what Johnny
That's
said.
more likely.
Who
they
said
wouldn't. It's not going to change just for a one-off South American show, and he's not going to change his side just because of cameras. You can move a camera.
He would because of the filming. Because that was the only thing that was filmed.
Camera quicker than you can move 9 cabinets or whatever he was using at that time.
If they already knew where the cameras were going to be before they got to the show,
you can move a camera much quicker than you can move a whole side of the stage.
If they didn't set it up yet, if they didn't set his rig up yet, then
again, you're not going to move the whole stage because of a camera. You can move a camera much quicker than you can move.
Yeah, I'm thinking
much more less obtrusive than you can.
I'm thinking that side of the stage had more room for his cabinets than the other side of the stage, or the power was better on that side of the stage.
That sounds more likely.
But
even power, I mean, you can jump extension cords and
in 1983.
Yeah,
the power would have to be all over that stage.
Yeah. But in certain,
that's a major venue. Have you seen like the outtakes of that stuff?
No, I have not.
The video with like the thousands of kids.
Gymnasium. It's a gymnasium.
Have you ever seen the inside of a gymnasium?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Maybe they just did.
You know when Scraps jumps on your leg and
he can't hear you, Caleb.
I know. So.
Dave, you're talking all over Caleb.
No, it's okay.
Because I can't hear him. I'm sorry.
Got a bit of Mississippi Leghound in him.
Yes.
But if he does lay into you,
Estadios Obra Sanitarias.
it's better to let him finish.
It's the venue that they played at. 4,700 people for concerts. So it's a big, big gymnasium.
4,700 people?
Mm-hmm.
That's tiny.
Oh, Hardwood Steak says, according to Noel Monk in his book, he said it was about the integrity of the building. Eddie had the loudest dB. So that's why he was on that side.
I remember him talking about, like the building, like the actual structure of the building was, in question because of how loud they were playing. I didn't know if it was the Argentina show or not, but yeah, he does mention that in the book.
But the bass is going to shake.
Lift it up higher, Mike. So, because we're all under there. And, oh, man, look at that. Boing. Oh, dude. Yeah. I got to own that guitar, man. You got to let me know when you're sick of that.
And the only reason I had this is because of Dave.
Yeah. That's why I need to own it. Yeah, dude. Yeah. When you're done with that, it's got to come to me.
Come to me.
Michael's watching football over there.
You see that in the background, right?
Yeah.
There you go, right there.
Get some football.
I'll finish with me when I come out there, Dave.
Will you leave it with me when you come out here?
We'll talk.
Yeah, that top is real nice.
We'll talk.
Well, just let me know what you want to take with you.
We will talk.
That's a good offer, man. That sounds good.
Maybe Hot for Teacher is in play.
He has no shortage of things that I could tell you that much.
Oh, I can deal for you now because
short of my gem guitars, my 5150, and my Les Paul, you could take whatever you want.
It's so funny when you guys can't hear each other.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It almost sounds like you're being completely rude. Like he starts talking.
I tell you what, I'll bow out and come back in so I'll be able to hear him.
Maybe.
But no one leave after that.
Johnny, end the show now.
Okay, I'm leaving. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Stack of pound cakes. You bought a Music Man Access last Sunday at Guitar Center Emeryville. Hey, man.
Awesome.
I know that store. The reason I first found this show about 2 years ago was because of Johnny's Music Man videos. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah, the Emeryville store, that's a great Guitar Center. I know that location. Emeryville is an awesome awesome shopping area.
Oh, yeah.
Testing, Dave. Testing. No.
Say something, Caleb.
He just did.
There's something wrong. If I can't hear him, I hear everyone else.
I can't hear him now.
Now they both can hear each other.
Everybody else leave, and let's just have them.
Imagine, I would just leave and go back to bed.
All you'll have is people staring at each other. That's your entire show.
Mike, ask Dave for either the Hot for Teacher or the 1984 guitar. That's what I would do.
The Hot for Teacher or the 1984 guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You talking to me?
Caleb's saying that those are the chips that I need to come away with.
I'd probably give you the 84 before the Hot for Teacher. The Hot for Teacher was.
That means you want the Hot for Teacher.
I want the Hot for Teacher then. Hold on. Now, maybe he's playing opposite. Maybe it's the other way around.
They're both just as good. It's just the Hot for Teacher means more to me because it was the second one that I built.
Okay.
What? Sodapop that? Bye,
It's
Caleb.
Casio.
Caleb's gone again.
Casio, yeah. I'll plug it in.
Well, Dave, since you can hear me, I wanted to ask you.
Since you can hear me.
What? You can hear what I'm saying.
What might my options be for a tribute using this body? It's a Mexican Strat. I mean, would a black and white Frankie be an option?
Now I don't hear anyone.
Oh no!
Oh, now I hear you. Now I hear you guys. What was everyone just quiet on purpose? For
John, I was asking you a question.
He was asking you a question.
Yeah, John.
Can you hear me, Dave?
I don't hear John.
Oh. John.
You hear Caleb now?
John.
Caleb.
I don't hear Caleb or John. But I hear Michael, I hear Jay, and I hear Johnny.
Oh man. This almost makes it funny.
I'm having so much fun with these faders.
Imagine.
You guys can't see my hands.
Oh, that was awesome.
Because they're in your pants.
Who am I gonna? Oh, who am I gonna screw it now? Holy shit!
Amanda wants to know. In the meantime, John, what the lightest guitar is. That's also still awesome. Yeah, basswood is pretty light usually.
Swamp ash.
Swamp ash is light. Balsa.
Yeah.
Balsa wood.
Acoustic.
Air guitar. Air guitar is pretty damn light.
Oh yeah. The air guitar is the lightest and the freest.
Well, Amanda might like like an acoustic electric hybrid. You know, if you're first starting, that might be a
Dan Electros.
Well, but I was thinking Dan Electros
and they sound good. Dan Electros would be
some of those thin line Telecasters like that.
I hear Caleb now. I hear him playing.
Can you hear me, Dave?
I do hear you, John.
Can you hear me?
All right.
I do.
Can you hear me? I'm the oddball out now.
Man. I lost him.
You're the one.
I can't hear Dave.
Caleb can't hear Dave.
God, goodness gracious.
Terrible.
Can you hear me, Dave?
I can hear you.
If any video gamers out there, this is the problems that used to occur with like Xbox Live and stuff. You'd be in a party chat with like 6 people, and 2 of them couldn't hear each other, or vice versa. It was annoying. This is the same
Google.
crap.
Google is trying to mess things up now with the whole thing. They're trying to.
It must be.
Everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, what was your question, John?
Well, I was asked. I was wondering if starting with this body, what is it, a Mexican Strat, would I be able to make a, like a black and white Frankie? Is it the correct body style if I went with this going into like a Frankie? Or
I'll tell you why. Because the Frankenstein is not a fender body. It's a Charvel body, and the horns are thinner. The contours are different. I mean, you can do it.
So do I have any options with this body style? I know it's slightly different for any.
I mean,
Fender
it's just
style,
not going to.
Strat style body.
It's not going to be
100%.
It's not going to be a perfect replica, but yeah, you can do it. What you need to do is sand or scuff up that paint first.
Yeah.
And paint it black.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Would you use like a paint remover, or you would sand all sand it off?
No, you don't need to sand it off at all. You just need to scuff it up.
Scuff it. Okay, so like bring it back to a primer almost.
Well, not even. Just scuff that paint right there. Mm-hmm. Just as long as it's a rough.
So it'll adhere to it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because if you paint right over that, you can scratch it off with your fingernails.
Yeah.
But if you rough it up, the paint will be able to adhere to it. Paint it black, stripe it, paint it white, and there you go. And then put a black pickguard on. And I think that body is also a swimming pool route underneath the pickguard, so you can put one humbucker in there.
So it's got the.
It's either single hum, or that
would make
swimming pool route. So I think
I've taken it off. I don't remember what.
Take it off.
It's probably single hum.
Mm-hmm.
The American
because they make one body style for. I mean, all the Mexican Strats would probably be one body style for any of the pickup configurations.
Yeah, so you can definitely get a black pickguard with a single humbucker and make it look like that.
Slanted.
Yeah, at some point, I'd like to. I don't play this that much, and I'd like to do something with it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool.
Get a Warmoth neck or something, and a maple with the bird's eye, and was looking at earlier.
Well, I would go with the Music Craft and get the large headstock Music Craft.
The CBS headstock, right?
Yeah, that's the
CBS.
It's actually they call it. I think it's called the Frankie 1 or something, or it's a CBS headstock with, get the Frankie profile, the Frankie profile.
WNBC.
WNBC.
Man, I was watching some hilarious Howard Stern stuff last night from the Channel 9 show, the TV show that he did before.
Man, I remember that. Yeah, I used to get that over here.
Oh,
who was the dude that used to do the CBS FM? Who was that? I forget the guy's name. Some old cat.
CBS FM.
He had that like a little bit of reverb, like the studio reverb on his voice.
Yeah.
CBS FM. That's my denture. That's my denture.
The denture's flying out of your mouth.
Yeah, CBS. I'm such an idiot. Jason Wade says, I think I saw that Warmouth is selling Wolfgang next now. Weren't they selling them for a while, or was that Music Craft, I guess, right?
No.
Yeah, but it was more of a paddle headstock. It wasn't with the cutout on top.
Yeah.
Jason, are you serious? They're selling Wolfgang X?
They're not selling bodies though, are they?
They used to sell the Music Man body. It was called the VW or whatever.
The VW.
But it wasn't exact looking. It was close, but not really.
And that was way back, way back, like in the 90s. They were doing that.
Oh, there's a gray special. You see the gray special, the new gray special.
Looks like Chris Locke is making Wolfgang bodies. Sorry, Caleb. Again, I can't hear you again. Sorry.
It's so funny, man.
What's he saying?
No, nothing in particular. It's just funny to hear you guys. One of you talks and the other just goes right into traffic, right in front of you.
Now, Caleb is going to die right now.
That's what happens when you're flying blind.
What would it be called?
Yeah, I don't see a Wolfgang neck.
Caleb, I agree with everything you just said.
Oh, Caleb, I don't know if Nesdal will like that at all, man. What? Oh, it's a good thing Dave isn't hearing that, man. Dave would not dig that.
I don't think he's saying anything.
I can't believe you're saying that about Dave. That's
You got to present me.
Yeah. No, I don't see it either. I don't see it on here.
You got it now. There you go.
Oh.
Let me translate what he's saying to you, Dave. This is what he's saying.
Wow. He's really going off.
Okay, stop.
Looks psychotic.
And a scene.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Custom design, huh? What the hell is that? Custom headstock. You can cut your own custom headstock design.
Johnny,
question mark?
Resend me the invite and see if that maybe helps. Can you do that?
Okay. All right.
They have some cool headstock designs. The Mooncaster.
Oh, that's awesome. That is
the
awesome.
Ombre. Oh, the arcade. Yeah, these are cool. Is Dave? I was gonna say, is Dave frozen?
No, I'm not. No, G. Butchnoff just sent me a picture of a Floyd on his guitar that he modded, and I'm trying for the life of me to see what the mod is, and I just can't see it. But he said to show it to you guys, so
let's see it.
That didn't just come off, did it?
What?
Did you see what the?
No, that was up top.
We all saw that, man.
That's just got his name. That's not his number.
Oh, that was
Johnny. Let's grab the Casio.
That thing was sticking straight up, man. We saw that.
Oh God.
What?
Lush.
What guitar is that on?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, the front edge of the yeah. You know what? It's like a real Floyd Rose. All the new Floyd Roses have the front edge beveled.
Where the hell did you find this? Guitar necks, back contours.
Yeah, this old one isn't beveled because it's an old one.
This is just for the neck contour and thickness. The Wolfgang is similar. It says similar to PV Wolfgang. Thickness of first fret and thickness. The Wolfgang is based on an asymmetric shape popularized by Eddie Van Halen. It is rounder on the thumb side and slimmer on the finger side. A very comfortable shape that feels both quick and substantial compared to the SRV. It is thinner and more off center. Yeah, but this is just for the
the profile.
Yeah, it's just the back.
That's
of
how the
neck feels.
My white and gray and black one. That the neck is on as that profile.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about the headstock.
Yeah.
Oh, the look of it.
Yeah, but it's just the
profile. It's the neck profile. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Music Man does that too. Music Man, Music Craft does that too. And if you ask me, I think they do a better job at it. They've been doing it longer.
Dave, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Dave can't hear me.
No,
it's never gonna happen.
Man,
pretty bizarre though, right? They can't hear him. Just like it's always just. I mean, they both dropped off like 10 times and it still ain't working.
Just too many people in here.
I don't hear Mike now either.
Oh, you're shitting me now.
you're chitting me. You hear him? You're chitting me.
No, I can't hear him.
Tell Dave he just mailed the EX. And
it's like super duper low volume.
Really? Hello, David.
I can't hear Dave now.
Really? No way. I'm not buying that.
Dave, say something.
Hello.
Ask if I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
No.
That's very funny.
Dave, can you hear me?
Hello.
Anyone?
Hey, Caleb.
I hear you.
Caleb, let's just talk you and me. That's it. Screw everybody else.
Yeah, all right. Oh, there goes John B.L.
Wait, is Amanda talking about beating Ben up?
I don't know, but this is a clusterfuck if you ever ask me.
Or is she talking about taking him on guitar already? She's been playing for 4 days.
She knows 2 chords. Yeah, I think she's better.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Them's fighting words.
Amanda, you want to come in?
Yeah, let's
watch. All of a sudden, nobody can hear nobody.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah.
Can anybody hear me?
Nope.
No.
Todd Sodapop asks 7/8. How did the Scorpions get that reverse snare sound on "Rock You Like a Hurricane"?
Flip the tape over.
I can.
But he's asking him.
I can tell you how to get it in Pro Tools easily.
That's cheating.
But that's how people are doing it.
I did that on 16-track 1-inch tape back in 1995. We did. I took a class at a local studio the summer before I went away to New Haven,
New Halen.
Halen. Come on.
New
man.
Halen.
Halen.
New Halen.
I know. For recording and
New Halen.
This he had a 16 track 1-inch analog studio, and we did a recording of I think it was like Sympathy for the Devil or something like that. We did a backwards track on it.
So to explain how you would do it on tape, because I wouldn't know how to do it on tape.
Well, if the heads all line up properly, you've got 16 tracks, 16 heads. So you flip the tape over after you've got the main track on there. You flip the tape over, and
the hell was that?
I burped.
That was Dave.
Okay.
And so the tracks are all in the opposite order.
When I have to do that.
I don't really care.
I can't hear Dave.
I hear you.
Hold on.
He can hear you now, Caleb.
Yeah, but the good thing now is I won't talk. I won't talk over him.
Oh, okay.
All right, John, keep going. I'm listening to you.
So you take the tape, the physical tape on the reel-to-reel, you flip it. So tracks 1 through 16 going the regular way will now be track 16 through 1 on the console. So you record it on, say you had track 7 open, you flip the tape over, and now it's going to be track. Why did I choose 7?
I don't know.
Say you left track 1 open, you flip it over, then track 16 will be open.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can record something backwards. You can do backwards reverb. You can do a backwards, like a Beatles type of backwards message, Paul is dead or something like that. Or that's the way we did it, and it worked.
Right?
It worked. Not yet.
No, the Paul McCartney we all know and love is not the original guy.
That's the legend. But yeah, I do remember doing that in my early days of recording.
Yeah, it's a lot easier in Pro Tools.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you just hit reverse.
Well, you would
the plugin that says reverse reverb.
You would print the reverb on the snare track, reverse it, or you would have a reverse snare and then print the reverb over it and then flip that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get crazy in in digital and just
yeah.
I don't like that. I'm gonna try something else. I've done that a million times. It's so cool.
Yeah.
People still jumping in and out. My God.
In and out.
Got you going in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technology. Failure.
It's always fun to experiment with the reel-to-reel stuff. I had even if you're or even 4-track stuff when you can put it, do something in reverse, and you could do like some of those. What was it, U2 or a couple of bands did a reverse guitar solo when and what was it, Stone Temple Pilots, I think, did one.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix. A lot of those guys. Yeah.
My favorite. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Am I here?
Yeah.
My favorite reversed guitar solo, which I actually did a video on this. It's on my it's on my Johnny Beane TV Facebook. You guys all know and love the song Donut City.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar solo in that is reversed. It's backwards. And so I went and I re-reversed it and put it up on my Facebook page where you can actually hear the actual solo.
Oh, don't forget Tora Tora.
What he actually played. Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I did a guitar lesson on that.
Did you put it in Discord?
Tora. Oh, no. It was years ago I did that.
Would you get because the intro, the opening to the whole Injustice for All album, there's like 33 seconds or something, and it's all reversed.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Fell asleep. Metallica.
That's like the match word. When someone mentions anything about Metallica, we all fall asleep.
Oh, just you.
You get hypnotized by the magician, and the one keyword where you fall asleep is Metallica.
Metallica.
Wake up, Van Halen. Oh.
Which keyword makes you crap your pants?
Shit yourself.
I'm not wearing any pants tonight.
So if anybody out there is a Metallica, even if you're not a Metallica fan, listen to the very intro to Blackened on Justice for All, and it's the entire intro is reversed, and it's really cool. Harmony guitars, rhythm guitar.
Actually, that makes sense now. I'm just thinking about the intro.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Jay, not to keep going on Metallica because it's a sensitive topic, but have you seen some of the some people out there have made like full bass remixes of the Justice album?
Justice for All, right?
And part of it is, I guess they went in and I don't know if they found the multi-tracks or if they would just enhance the stereo track, but
or just guessed.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Some of them are actually guys playing over it.
Yes, some of them.
But a lot of it is actually the recorded tracks.
There's 2 songs. The first 2 songs on the album they did for Metallica. Was it Rock Band or Guitar Hero or something like that? And then I think there might be a couple other ones when they actually came out with their own. Because the original Rock Band had 2 songs, Blackened and Justice for All, that they had the stems and everything. And it sounds so much better with bass. It's like,
Think of how rotten that was that they just pulled all that bass out of that album. I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yep.
God, that was ridiculous.
But if anybody either owns the 30th anniversary of it, or if you go on Spotify or whatever, go to the deluxe edition and scroll down. There's the entire record. It's called what are they? The Rough Mixes or something like that. And a lot of the songs are either instrumental or Dave would like this. No solos. And the bass. The bass is.
I would call that album a masterpiece, except for the bass.
And let me just tell you something. Let me just say one thing. I think James Hetfield is an amazing guitar player, and I think he should be the lead guitar player. He plays a lot of leads anyway. I think he needs to be the lead guitar player, and they need to find a good rhythm guitar player because I think that guy, Hammond, he's a hammerhead. He's first of all, he's dumb as a bag of hammers, and second of all, he can't play guitar to save his life.
Well, first of all, my deepest sympathies and condolences to Scott Nickerson, and also my favorite Metallica songs are the parts between the songs.
Yeah, thank you. And it's not that it's a sensitive matter; it's non-sensitive matter.
Well, yeah, there's the solos that off the top of my head that Hetfield plays. He plays the one during the slow part in Master of Puppets. To Live Is to Die on Injustice for All, he plays the melodic slow solo during the slow part of that song, which I think is one of the best Metallica solos. The Nothing Else Matters solo, which is one of the best Metallica solos. That solo is awesome, and it's Hetfield because it's melodic. He's not a shredder, so he doesn't try to do any of that stuff.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And back in Hetfield's heyday, you couldn't mess with his right hand as far as picking. He was a machine.
Well, they do better as a trio.
Would have loved to have seen or heard Metallica
with Dave Mustaine.
With Mustaine still in there, but then again, he would have been robbed of Megadeth. So,
Megadeth, yeah.
I love
things happen for a reason.
Yeah. It would have been Megatalica.
Metallica.
Or just to see him with Cliff. My
or
God.
Metegadeath.
You just talked about Caleb.
You go to an Ozzy show in 1986. Who's playing with Ozzy in 1986? Was it
Jake E. Lee?
Jake, right?
Yeah.
So you see Metallica with Cliff opening for an hour. Then you got Ozzy with Jake E. Lee.
No,
I mean, that just must have been such a great show.
Cliff died in 83 or 84.
No, 86.
No, 86. September.
See, now I would have liked to have seen Ozzy with Brad Gillis.
I saw him with Brad Gillis at the Garden. They were booing him.
Oh,
really?
They booed Brad Gillis, but I thought it was a joke. Yep.
Oh, then those people are a bunch of idiots.
They would have booed Eddie.
I agree.
Yeah.
They literally were booing him. That's because Randy had passed away.
They would have booed anybody.
It would have been anybody. Yeah.
No.
Did anybody get to see Randy Rhoads play? Michael?
I wish I had that. Fact that was when Brad Gillis was there. That was a show that Randy was supposed to be at, and then the plane crash happened, and that was it. Just missed it.
Was it one of the first shows with Brad Gillis?
Yeah.
Ouch. Ah.
The hell was that?
I moved my chair.
Train coming through my.
I heard the train behind you though, Dave. I'm like, what the hell? Don't tell me there's a derailment over there.
No, yeah, there's a railroad right here. You've seen
I
it.
know. Long Island Railroad.
I was just wondering about that guitar, Dave.
This one?
Yeah, because you showed it off, and we haven't seen it since. And I was wondering if you still had it.
Of course. It's not going anywhere.
Can Dave hear me? No.
Was that the one with the mystery switch?
Mystery switch.
Like the mystery
that
machine?
Wasn't that one.
Mystery flavor?
There was a three-way switch that you were wondering what it did.
No, that's
was
Eddie's Red Wolfgang, I think, the PV. Yeah, this is my USA. It's a 2009 EVH.
What's up, Tessie Switch?
Hey, Rob. What's up, man?
Hey, Tessie.
Okay.
All right.
That was weird.
Right? Pregnant pause from 6 dudes.
I'm getting some pictures from Scott Nickerson here.
Cool.
This.
Send that SG.
What's that? Nice.
I'm trying to focus it.
Nice.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that the last beer sitting right there?
Oh,
Look at, is that a huge beer on the left? Or a small beer on the
Wait
right?
a minute. Wait, there's two of them.
Yeah. Which one looks like one is huge.
It looks like there's
See,
a lighter
see if
over
there's
there.
anything left on the one next to your keys.
Is that a mini one? A mini beer? Or like an
I think that's depth of field.
here's a hold on. Bring me back here.
Looks like a large pickguard SG standard.
that's a nice SG. Yeah. Is it? What year is that?
Plastic still on that? No.
Yeah.
Or is it a mirror?
Yeah,
mirror
it is.
pickguard or plastic?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plastic's
it's
still on there.
plastic.
Look at that.
So it's got to be a fairly new.
Hold on, he sent more. I'm just trying to do it.
Well.
Get Scott in here.
Watch out.
It's always
Did I go the wrong way?
No.
He didn't send me any
It's
butt
always a
pics.
risk scrolling on photos when
Yeah, but
you're
he
not
didn't send me any
looking.
butt pics. It's okay.
Get Scott in here.
Why? So you can not hear him?
Exactly. Yeah. Who else is here tonight?
Here's the butt pic.
Man.
On the bear,
SG
on
the
on
SG
bear
was
skin
always-
rug. There it is.
was the first guitar I fell in love with.
Yeah, Scott says it's a 2019.
Awesome, dude.
Nice. Awesome, Scott.
Oh
Man.
yeah, it is. It is the the pickguard actually looks, if that was a real, like what the pickguard looked like,
That'd be badass.
it's actually pretty slick looking, man.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
Everybody,
Kind of a
leave your
crackle.
plastic on your pick guards.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And stickers.
Mm-hmm.
And pickups, maybe.
Yeah.
Plastics on the pickup too. Yeah.
But
Very
that's nice, man.
Oh, I just love like clean chrome.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's holding it now. Here's
You hear that?
favorite
That's
guitar.
my guitar rubbing against my chair.
He just took
Chair.
plastic off. Oh, here it is without the plastic, I think. Hold on. The pick is coming through right now. Oh, my God.
The SG just got a peel.
Why is the... Here it is. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
God.
He took the plastic.
It looks good. Still looks good.
I wish I couldn't hear it now.
God damn it.
Why'd everybody get one of those?
Yeah, way to go, Ellie. And Johnny.
Aw.
There it is.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Is that me again?
Somebody's chatting with Amanda.
Uh-oh.
Do you guys notice every? Do you guys notice every picture Amanda puts up on Facebook? Steve Anderson writes, "No words."
Where is Steve? This is his show.
No words.
Yeah.
Where the hell is he?
I don't know. I think he's going to be on with Ben tonight or Sunday night. Well, that is tonight now.
Uh-huh.
Me.
The return of Steve Anderson, keeping it Canada.
He traded. Keeping it Canada.
Steve, if you're watching this,
He's
Amanda, tell Steve on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like we're keeping it warm for him.
That's right.
We'd all like to see him.
No words.
So I've got my second sound machine here that doesn't work. I'm going to open it up and see if see how
If it doesn't work, then what the hell's the?
Well, I want to see what's
in the trash.
What kind of a chip? I want to see what kind of a chip it's got. If you can replace the chip and put your own sounds on it.
Ellis chip?
Huh? You replace the battery.
Oh,
I mean, instead of wasting all that,
I'm just curious what kind of a chip this little machine uses, and if it, how difficult it would be to replace a chip in this and put your own sounds on it.
instead of spending all that man hours on doing that, why don't you
spending any man hours? No, I'm just.
Is that a home video?
What? What are we talking about?
Man hours.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
See if there's a place to connect the test.
Wow.
You guys are like five.
This is some show.
Good stuff.
Which one is it? Which one?
No. My glasses are fogging up again.
Oh, no.
Somebody said they hoped it wouldn't happen, but it's happening.
All right, you want to see what's inside a sound machine?
Johnny's hot under the collar. He's fogging up his freaking glasses.
Yes, I want to see what's inside there.
Wow, it's not easy to open. There we go. All right, so
it's not easy to open.
It's not much. All right, we get the circuit board here. Let's see what's on the other side.
That's the actual sound.
But there's got to be a chip where it stores all the sounds. That's what my point is. So if you can,
got to be a sound
change
that says, "Hey, close me back up."
Yeah. Warranty void.
You're not gonna. You can't get reimbursed your $5.
No, I can't get this thing open.
Hey, dude, close me back up. What are you doing?
No usable.
What are you doing, Dave?
No user.
No user.
No user
service parts.
Serviceable parts
in here.
Man, I can't get this last screw off.
Screw off.
Screw off.
Yeah, David Allen Wright already patented me. What are you doing?
What is that sound? What is that supposed to be?
Is it an owl? There we go.
No.
I'll tell you all about it.
You still got me presented?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Here we go. It's coming off. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Stand up.
All right. Oh, that's anticlimactic. All right, here's the chip.
Anti-clit mat. What?
Oh my!
I don't even know if there's a chip in here. That's what the board looks like. Right down here, I think might be where they store the sound files.
Goodness.
It's got to be somewhere on there. But I thought if it was a little like a 6-pin chip, you could take it out and
thumbnail.
Anyway, sorry about that. But you could tap into the speaker if you wanted to. It's a little what's it say? 0.3 watts. 0.3 watts or 0.5 watts, something like that. Arnold.
Uh-oh.
Who's in?
What did Amanda just say?
Woo! A woman da.
A woman da hug and kiss. Johnny, get your Simpsons book. You got any good quotes in there?
I don't know where that book is, man. That was years ago.
Unfortunately, I only have season 9 was the earliest season I have. Glaukalash. Remember the New York episode?
Yeah. Where he got the the boot on the car?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was driving
and he was it was booted in front of the Twin Towers.
How are you? Why don't you back me up, man?
Who are you? Oh, I got some funny, Jay.
Can you guys hear each other, first of all?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You know Commando?
Yeah.
Alyssa Milano.
The guy who played Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in the town where I grew up. So
get him on the show.
I saw him in the market the other day, and we're walking out at the same time, and I'm walking next to him, and I just go, Bennett.
What did he say?
He looks at me like, oh man, and I go, how many times a day does that happen to you? And he says, too many.
Oh no.
You imagine making a movie 37 years ago and people still walk up to you and go, Bennett. Man, I don't know, Matrix.
Oh, that's funny.
It would have been funnier if he said,
son of a bitch.
Good to see you, Matrix.
That was one of those movies that was playing daily on HBO or Showtime back in the late 80s. Commando and any of those big, Arnold action movies.
Well, the worst one ever was Raw Deal, I think. That was such a bad film.
well, either that or Last Action Hero.
Oh, that was good. I like that one.
The kid in that movie completely ruined it.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of those movies that could have been good.
Yeah.
But it just fell.
Soundtrack was cool. But Tessie Switch is saying, he's asking, have we talked about the video of Vince Neil floating around?
Eating a sub-hero?
Says a video of Kickstart My Heart, and Vince Neil is struggling.
Yes.
Someone added subtitles. It's both sad and hilarious.
Oh man,
I thought that was hilarious.
Was the band like playing it fast or just
no? Same
no
speed. He just had no gas. I mean, because it's him being, you know, as huge as he is now, and he can't sing because the fat's in the way.
Man, him and Axl Rose don't get any breaks when it comes to that social media stuff. They're always the target of the fat old singer.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that's not the first time someone's ever done that. You can see Joe Cocker singing "Little Help from My Friends." No, it's from Woodstock.
The document.
Someone put subtitles. On "Little Help from My Friends." So funny. It is the most funniest thing.
Who saw the Stephen Pearcy stuff a few months ago?
Oh man, he was sitting on the drum riser, just like
awful,
barely sing anything or say anything.
They said he was on because he had like a bad knee and he was on medication, but it looked like freaking heroin or something. It was bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It sucks when you see that, man.
Sad, and then the band's playing, and you know.
Well, do you guys remember we were talking about earlier the behind the music or classic albums with Rat in when was it? Well, Warren DeMartini's is he still in the band or?
No, he's not.
Mm-mm.
Now,
who was the other guitarist?
Robin Crosby. Back then,
Robin Crosby, when he came back in the late 90s and he was trying to, you know, they were trying to get him back in the band and he was just a mess. You know, they have some rehearsal footage of him, you know, when they were trying to make a comeback in the late 90s and, you know, he couldn't play anymore because he was just all messed up. But that wasn't, you know, speaking of like, you know, musicians, you know, who can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it sucks.
Everyone's falling asleep, huh?
It's 3:00.
Yeah, I gotta split. I gotta get up a decent hour tomorrow.
Are we good?
Are we good?
No, Mad Dog just got in here, so we gotta stay.
That's it. Reboot. Start all over.
Hey, nerds.
Hey, nerds.
All right, boys.
Nerds.
All right, East Coast.
We got 52 people still hanging out, man.
I'm good. I'll hang up.
And 50 thumbs up. We need 2. Come on.
Oh, I didn't thumbs up it yet. There you go.
We need 1.
51 watching, 50 watching.
Oh, it's going to drop now. We said we were leaving. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Yeah, well, while you guys figure it out, I'm going to leave. I love you all.
Later, Jay.
Later, Jay.
Good night.
Night.
Bear.
Sleep tight.
Don't let the something
big bug bite.
Keep your butthole tight.
He's perfect timing. The second he said that, boom, he was gone.
Boom, he's out.
Yeah.
Keep your bear heel tight.
Yeah, your butthole.
Yeah, Joe Cocker. I got to meet him back in the day. Tessie Switch was mentioning.
Did you really? That's cool.
I think his Woodstock performance. You know, the guy. There's a recent documentary that came out all about his career, and the guy was a notorious, I mean, drunk among other things, an addict and all that. And he would, you know, there are stories of him walking to the stage and someone just hands him a pill or a handful of pills, and he'd down the whole thing, and he didn't care. But yeah, I mean, he was one of the performers that came just about every year when I worked at the club I worked at, the Casino Ballroom. Yeah, I mean, even into his 60s and, you know, later career, he was still an amazing performer.
Well, I saw something on
I never got to see him play.
Carlos Carlos Santana, where he said someone gave him some acid right before their show at Woodstock, and
mescaline, yeah. And Santana, he was looking at the neck, and it was like
it was bending
serpent.
On him. Yeah, it was like bending on him, and it's crazy.
It's amazing. I can't
showing the footage of him playing
in front of that audience right there.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine that? That was when anything goes back in the 1969.
What do you say? It was such an important gig for them because, like, it was their biggest gig ever, obviously. And
oh god, yeah, you watch the film, and that drum solo with Michael Shreve is one of the highlights. And Soul Sacrifice, that whole performance is amazing. It's right in the middle of the whole film, and it's like the films have a story arc, and that's like the highlight of the entire film.
You see the list of the prices, the money that each band made for Woodstock?
I've seen some of that, yeah. Hendrix was paid the most. I think the Who was second most. But then a lot of the bands were paid like $1,000, something like that. Some of, like, what was it, 10 years after? And any of the lower bands. But I think even the Who was only paid like what, 7,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it's so much less than you would think.
Yeah,
that's 1969 money,
right?
Even today's money,
Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say even today's money they were underpaid.
Yeah, but I mean, in $7,000 in 1969 was a lot of dough. It's a lot of dough. You could buy 3 cars with that much money.
That's true, yeah.
Johnny, I just got a notification you're uploading video.
Yeah. I had to do my vlog. I had to do my vlog real quick.
Real quick.
Anyway.
I like the sound of John.
Are you counting money?
Exactly. No, I had some pictures. I thought I had a Woodstock, Woodstock.
Hit your ass up for a loan over there. A lot of money.
I
wish.
1959 money.
No, I did read a great. There's a whole book about the making of the film by Michael Wadley.
Wadley,
and it's the whole basically the whole technical behind the scenes of the whole festival, which is just crazy to hear. I mean, they had literally like a month to get the everything together for the film. They bought out all the 16 millimeter film stock within the lower half of New York State.
Really?
They bought hundreds of reels of film that they could, as many as they could find. They found cinematographers from all over the country, then had them flown in at the last minute, and not to mention the all the way down to like the interns that were working behind the scenes, changing the tape reels and stuff like that for the 8-track taping, and or changing the film reels for the 16 millimeter cameras and stuff like that. It's just an amazing read, the technical behind the scenes of the whole thing.
And this year's the 50th anniversary there, right?
Yeah, 69.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my 50th anniversary.
There you go.
I think they're planning a concert tribute or whatever, like they did in 94 or 99. I think they're planning a 50th anniversary concert.
Nerd Hallam's got to get up on stage there.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Get your ass to Woodstock.
Someone will slip me something, and I'll be like, "Man, serpent."
Serpents.
Well, that too, like the amount of people that were in the performers that were out of their minds during that. It's insane. I mean,
and everyone was stuck there, and
yeah. I got to meet 10 years after. I got to hang out with them after the show. I did monitors for them back in 97, I think it was 97, 98. I did monitors with Alvin Lee. I couldn't tell you any of the names of anybody else in the band, but it was the original band from 1969. And we hung out at the bar afterwards. We talked about them being helicoptered into the site. And obviously, you know, and if you watch the film, their performance, they did I'm Going Home, the blues song. It's one of the, again, another one of the highlights of the film. And it made, I mean, not the 10 years after was ever a huge band, but it, I mean, that launched their career as well.
Mm-hmm. What are you picking through, Mike?
I'm giving my dog some cake.
Let's see him.
There's Harmony. Can you see her?
Oh my God, cute as hell.
Yep, we just had her in today.
How old is she?
4 years old. That's the rest.
Oh my God, look at those ears.
Yeah, Harmony. Oh, say hello.
She is so cute.
Yeah, she just went through her third treatment she has heartworms. She's a rescue dog. If you can see, she has scars on her head. She has heartworms and hookworms, which we're taking care of.
Is she a pit bull?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. She was in fighting and for breeding. And then here's April.
Oh, man.
April. Hi. Here's my April girl.
You look hungry.
John BL's got a weak soft spot for dogs.
Man, it's beyond a soft spot. It's just like, show me a dog.
Oh.
Nah, dogs are better than
really is.
Dogs
it's true.
are better than most freaking people. I'll tell you right now.
I don't have a dog of my own. My parents, though, I get to dog sit, and even at work we have at the school I teach at, they have a therapy dog that comes in every once in a while, and it's just no matter what, anytime there's a puppy or a dog, that's the softest spot that I have for anything.
Yep, I agree.
Both my dogs are sleeping in the bedroom at the moment.
Yep. I'm not about your dogs. You got to
spoil them as much as you can.
There,
huh?
I said you have two awesome dogs there, man.
Thank you. They both went to the vet today too. They had their nails clipped and some shots and stuff. But Snickers, the little one, I guess they got her close.
Or rum.
They got her close to the quick of her fingernails, so she was limping most of the day. I felt so horrible for her.
Oh, yeah. If you clip it too much, they'll bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So when she was Harmony was found in Oklahoma, rescued in Oklahoma, tick and flea infested, and with, like I said, with the heartworms and everything. And after she had her last shot today, so in 9 months, we'll do another test, and she should be completely healed.
So did you adopt her after Davey? After you lost Davey?
Yeah. After Davey passed, it was about close to a month later, and then we just walked in just to scope it out. We wanted to
you can't do that. You can't do that.
No, well, obviously I can't, because in fact, her sister, she has a sister, another one that was a rescue, but she didn't get along with April. Otherwise, I'd have 3 dogs right now. So
yeah, you can't go to one of those places and just look. There's always gonna be someone's gonna be in there going,
the puppy dog eyes.
It's me.
Yeah. They adopt you. That's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
They adopt you. Yeah.
I love that bumper sticker. It says who saved who?
Who saved who?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I tell you right now, all you guys know, it's no secret how much I love my dog. And Davey that destroyed me after. I mean, it was really hard, when he left. And now I got Harmony here, and so really, who saved who?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the worst thing about having animals, having pets, is that one day they got to go and they leave you heart wrenched.
Yes.
It's just the worst feeling in the world.
It really is
to lose an animal.
They're not like people because
they don't have the lifespan.
Well, they don't have the lifespan. There's nothing you can do for them. They can't do for themselves. They don't know what, they can't tell you, no, please don't do this to me. They can't, God forbid, you have to put one to sleep.
Yeah.
It's they're helpless. They're helpless. And it's
one thing I will say, if you ever have to put you have to put one to sleep, this is my opinion. I've read there's a couple articles out there. Some people don't want to, they don't want to see it happen. Think of how scared the dog is, right? If you bring the dog in and then you leave, the dog knows you, all right? And then you have a stranger, a vet, that's going to put them to sleep. Be there with the dog because it's, your family, their family. So you should be there at the last moment of their life. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it holds a lot of water. I think it holds true. Yeah.
Sometimes they come to your house. Try to do it at your house if they can.
Yeah, people have the vet come to the house also
because they know if they go to the vet, they know it's not good.
Yeah, they get even during it's a normal vet visit, right? They get all antsy.
They don't like it.
Yeah.
Either Johnny's frozen. Is Johnny frozen?
Yes.
You're just exhausted, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wait,
look at me.
It's not like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you look a mess. So why don't we call it?
We good?
We good?
I've been a pumpkin for 6 minutes.
Johnny, let's see the Casio. You haven't showed it off yet.
How about next Saturday?
You got 5 minutes. Come on. Then we're out.
Casio.
Or not.
Man. I'll show it to you. Maybe I'll do my Veda vlog on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or today.
Sounds good.
Oh, good tease.
Nice. Make sure you put it up in Discord.
Yes. All right. There it is. Casio. Casio.
How the hell do you play that thing?
Casio.
How do you tune it? How do you play it?
You don't tune it. It's always in tune.
Really? Wow, it sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll send you some stickers to put over the Casio logo.
You put a 5150 sticker on there.
A John BL 5150 sticker.
There you go.
Yeah. A poof sticker.
Yeah.
I gotta get that. I was looking into making some pics of with the poof, so maybe
do it, man.
We'll
do it.
That.
Poof pics.
Yeah.
Poof pics.
Mm-hmm. Poofy pics.
Cool.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the tease. I guess my vlog tomorrow will be about this guitar. I guess. Why not?
That's actually cool.
What kind of output is it? Like a MIDI or is it a 1/4 inch or how do you?
It's regular. Yeah.
Oh. I'm excited.
Actually, no. I mean, it's small.
To see it.
Does it track well?
It's small. You have to wait and see.
What year is it?
You have to wait and see.
1862.
All right.
I don't know. Huh? There's a place for batteries? Wow. Made in Japan. It's Japanese, you guys.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I have a made in Mexico one.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't.
I was gonna say, do you really?
Well, they moved the factory from Japan to
Oh.
Well, you think they were jumping on the Steinberger bandwagon with the no headstock, or did they come? Do you think that came out before the?
No, the Steinberger
That was
started
after,
in like
right?
81 or 82.
Well, okay.
Yeah, Steinberger bit the Casios off, right? Nah.
Well, man. We still got 43 with us.
Jimmy T says, is there a calculator in the back?
I thought that was what Casio was. That was the only thing Casio was good for.
That's one of the sounds. One of the sounds is the calculator.
It's
sound.
a calculator.
Remember the watch? Remember the calculator
watch? That's right. Yeah.
1982 something.
Yeah.
I can hear it. Can you guys hear it?
No.
I heard it.
I heard something.
Somebody's iPhone was just making a bunch of noises. Man, you guys, it's too bad we're out of time because I was gonna play some of this tape.
What tape?
I don't know if anybody has this. I might be one of the only people in the world that has this.
Well, let's hear it, man.
I don't know. Can you guys read that?
Hold on.
Lukather.
Can you read that?
Eddie, it's on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube, isn't it?
Eddie Van Halen and Steve Lukather at the Baked Potato in '92.
Yeah, I've seen the video. Right?
I don't know.
They both have Music Man.
Yeah, isn't that on?
John Biel. Is that available? Yeah. Is that around? Hang on.
Lukather smokes Eddie.
We got Eddie Van Halen with Lukather, Billy Sheehan, and Jason Becker. That's that's a more recent one.
Well, it's not that recent, but
90s recent.
That's 96.
Yeah, the baked potato gig is not on YouTube.
I don't know if anybody. I've never seen
Eddie
this
Van Halen and Steve Lukather, "Joy to the World." Huh.
No, that was like '87.
That might be right.
So let's hear some of it, man.
Okay.
Tick
John.
tock.
Johnny's gone.
Tock. Tick tock.
Tock.
Whose clock is that?
Mine.
Is that like a Frank Zappa thing?
It doesn't seem like Ed's style.
Not that.
He seems to. I mean, I'm sure he's having fun. That's a cool recording.
I used to be able to do that a long time ago. Like 15 years ago. Can we try one more time?
Are they just having technical problems, or is...
Good night, Tessie. Can you guys hear this?
Yeah.
That's a very young, dumb, and full of
Night, Dad.
We don't right, you do it.
Is it just me, or are they just tuning up? What is going on?
Yeah, they haven't started yet.
Any requests?
Little Wing! Little Wing!
Maybe a Little Wing.
That's a fucking lot of help.
Little Wing!
Little Wing.
Little Wing!
149.
There you go. Wow.
Good as the guy who yelled out "Funk 49" feel.
That was a great jam.
Nice.
Edward!
Nice bass drum.
Who's playing bass?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I bet you this is Eddie playing with Lost Lobotomies, which is Lukather's other band.
It says February 92. Yeah, I haven't heard
What a
this
great
in
jam.
years. I haven't heard this in I bought this tape. I used to buy a lot of stuff from. You guys remember the contest winner that named the Sammy Hagar record back in '87? Yeah, I bought this tape from her back in the '90s, and I've never listened to it. I've had it all these years and I've never heard it.
This is your first time listening to it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just happened to
What was the
find
venue? Where were they playing?
The Baked Potato.
The Baked Potato.
What is that? Where is it?
It's in L.A.
It's in L.A. It's actually isn't it more of a jazz club?
No, it's a blues club.
did Ed play on the whole set, or?
I've never heard this.
Little Wing.
Little Wing. My God, somebody wants to hear Little Wing.
Let's hear it again.
There you go.
There's Johnny. Little Wing, Johnny. Little Wing.
I've never heard this either. I've had this all these years, and I've never listened to it.
It says it's a jazz club.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a jazz club. Andy Summers used to play.
Oh yeah. Go for it. Nice.
Yeah, the bass player's walking all
Yeah,
over
who's
that.
on bass? Yeah.
Tim Bogert.
Bogert, yeah.
He's singing.
Is it Bogert?
That's Bogert singing.
The guy that did that song with Eddie on the solo, the "Don't Leave Me This Way" or whatever.
Man, that's a great recording for bootleg. Can't hear you, John.
I'm gonna have to digitize this because it's.
Hell yeah.
I've had a cassette.
Yeah.
All these
Clean it up and good recording.
Wait, where's my guitar?
There you go.
That is killer, man. Wow. Killer.
Okay, I know it's late.
Do they play a woman?
I have no idea what they play. I've never listened to this set list. That's all there is.
Wait, that's not Eddie Van Halen. That's Eddie Lukather.
Lady.
They're brothers. It's Eddie and Steve Lukather. It's the Lukather brother.
Eddie Van Lukather. Steve Van.
I gotta go to sleep.
All right, we'll see you guys. Rock on, everybody. Rock on. We'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my daily vlog. Oh, on the Casio, I guess. So
Speak up, Johnny.
Leave a thumbs up. Oh, you can't hear me?
There you go. Nice, man. It was kind of being drowned out.
Oh, because I set it to studio, so you guys can hear the music. Oh, good. Drum solo.
Yeah!
Remember that guy? That guy who was running for president? Yeah! Remember that dude?
Who was that? Ross Perot?
Howard
No,
Dean.
the guy that's like,
Howard Dean.
Man, it sounds like a tiny audience.
My song for now. Song I wrote, it's called "Smell Yourself." It's dedicated to my friend Love. So what do you guys think of the old fuck snot Tuesday night jam, huh? Pretty fucking loose, huh? Some of these songs. Anyway, this is kind of a nice tune. Should be interesting though, huh? On behalf of the band. This next song is going to feature a little guitar. Seems that we couldn't get any good guitar.
About time.
I wonder if Don Randy envisioned this when he built this place, you know what I mean? Shelly, how about you, man?
Wow. Is he introducing Ed?
No, this is a jazz club, dude.
I don't know. I've never heard this.
Like you said, he didn't envision this when he built this place.
How about some beers from Mel?
All right, are we good?
Let's hear it for our special pal who came down to hang out with us at Van Halen. Cheer it out, man. Also on guitar, my brother. We should have. I think we came out of the same penis, man. I'm not quite sure. Michael Landau.
Michael who?
Michael Landau. Amazing guitar player.
Matter of fact, I think there's a little felching going on, like both of our birth. Fucking wand passing, you know? On the keyboard, the creature himself, the man with 3 penises. David Garfield. This is the first time we've ever done this.
Are we good?
It's really nice.
Who's the bass player?
Fuck you anyway. Just kidding. On bass,
Here we go.
himself, Jimmy Johnson. Beers, beers. Whose dick does David have to suck? Is someone molesting my wife back there? That's very kinky.
What's going on?
Got a hand for Bradshaw.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Bradshaw.
Later, Zach Thon.
Yes, Bob.
Later,
Bob
Amanda.
builds these very large rocks because he has a very small penis.
Amanda, they're talking about penises. Come on.
Now, you notice that Ed has the biggest rack up here right now. I don't know if there's any significance right now. Anyway, our drums, also part of our high school extravaganza. We did have Dave and I can call us at a band in high school. Chris used to hang out there too. Carlos Beck on the drums. Or as we like to refer to him as Mr. Mambo.
Huh?
Anyway, this is called Smell Yourself.
All right, we're good. I know it's late.
Just the live, hit the button.
Thanks, Johnny.
There we go. Yeah, I found this tape earlier, and I was going to talk about it.
It's very cool, man.
I think I'm going to digitize it tomorrow.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's been sitting
Share
here
that.
20-something years, and
No.
again, I bought this tape from the person that named the Sammy Hagar record. I Never Said Goodbye. That I bought it from her years ago.
I think I remember you talking about it, saying something about that.
Yeah, I bought a lot of stuff from her. A lot of like tour books. She apparently was a huge Van Halen fan because I bought tour books from her. A lot of tapes. This is just one tape out of many, many tapes. What was that?
Are we still live?
Yeah, we are.
Barely.
Barely live.
All right, everybody, rock on, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good night, Amanda.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you, Johnny and everybody.
Good night. Yes.
Yeah.